Yeah, that nigga be crispy. Yeah, hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take a girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas up. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at T's, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, that ass be poking. I'm sitting in the front cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D.
Let's get the chop in this fable. I've been wanting to say that.
Garrett?
Do you remember that?
No. From what?
The Loaded Lux Calico battle?
Please leave me alone.
Because I know you watch battle rap. Do you remember the Loaded Lux Calico battle?
Yes, I do. I don't want to talk about battle rap today. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
You be doing shit on purpose. You a sick nigga.
Wild.
Me?
Shout out to Sue Zerf.
Did he really get hit with?
They tried to.
Yeah.
Might get hit with a Rico.
Shout out to Sue Zerf.
Yo, son, that was my favorite battle rapper for so long, son. His little ass.
He do remind me, or just reminds me one of us. You know, a lot of them niggas, I'd be like, this is the nigga that's Armageddon? Nigga be looking like a turtle. But he, you know, they battle style is crazy, right? But Sue, he definitely gave, like, you know, real nigga shit. Definitely Harlem nigga.
Yo,
or whatever.
I would never, like, I'm not a K-Shine fan. I swear to God, I'm not. But I will never forget that battle that he had with DNA, and he put on the fucking the professor freaking coat, and he was Professor Shine, and that nigga just broke DNA down like on like a metaphysical scientific level. And I was just sitting there like, as an educator, I'm like, do you niggas hear what he's saying?
It was that good.
Yo, that shit was crazy. I don't think it's very rare that I call a 3-0.
3-0.
Wash that nigga.
3 rounds.
Yeah, like it's very rare that I will call a 3-0. Like I'm
so
always
you
like
really watch battle rap?
I used to be there. Like I used to go to the Queen of the Ring battles. Right. I used to be at the Smack joints. Wow. Like I really used to be there. Like I would be go there and
wonder
just
what the chicks that be at the battle raps like what is this? Why are you on stage? Like, what is your life that you're there?
My life is like, shout out to my nigga O-Red. That was my homie. Like me and that nigga was mad close. I don't know, like
I'd be like, which one of these niggas is she fucking?
And that's the craziest part, because I've never fucked a battle rapper in my life. But those were just like they was cool. It started with Queen of the Ring. K-Prophet was fucking with one of my homegirls. So that's how we kind of got into it. So K-Prophet was there, and then like I was cool with Hustle. Like we still follow each other on the gram and shit. Like I
will
really
say
used to be out there.
That's how I viewed it before. I really don't give a fuck. It's a culture. And there's a lot of women that push cultures. Like at the end of the day, niggas don't support shit.
Yeah.
Niggas don't really, you know what I mean? It's a lot of women behind the scenes is actually pushing black culture.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so for that, shout out to y'all. Shout out to you. Because Trum's never listened to a battle rap in his life.
Nah, I fuck with battle rap.
Who's your favorite battle rapper?
I'm biased because he's my man, but I say Serious Jones. But I've seen, so I haven't seen like all the battles that y'all talk about. I've seen some of them, but mostly through him. Cause
Serious Jones.
That's old, son. Yo, but like I feel like the shit that about battle rap, y'all gotta give. Like I really wish that people gave the women more respect, because let me tell you how the bitches get crazy.
I'm kind of over y'all though.
What?
Yo,
40 bars.
Is it
Boston?
me?
That's my fave.
I'm about to hate y'all again. Just PSA. I'm about to hate women again.
Jesus Christ.
Is it me, or is like everything about women rappers now?
I don't want to talk about these hoes no more. Please don't make me sit here and talk about these bitches.
I'm not even doing the mulatto versus Nicki thing, but is it everything? Like it's like there's so many women rappers now. Like what Is it just that women are rapping now and they're better than everybody,
Women
or is the
have
culture shifting?
always-
Like, why is it?
Women have always been rapping. Women have always been in the rap space. The problem is that as a culture, certain women were propped up and propelled higher than others, or seen as if their lyrical talents are more acceptable
Nicki is
because
nicer
it
than
came
most of
with
them.
sex
Nicki's
appeal.
nicer than most of them. Don't do that. Don't make it seem like she's not nicer than most of them. It doesn't have to be her
very honest
content.
and
It's the way that she
respectful,
does
I
her
wasn't speaking
thing.
about Nicholas.
Yes,
I
you
was
are.
really thinking
Nicholas?
I was referring to the Kims and the Foxies and how with the sex appeal added to it, then you don't see as much of the Queen Latifahs and the like. It was different back then. It was a
Also
lot of
false.
rap girls. But
False.
it was a lot
Queen
of rap
Latifah
girls.
ruled the game in her time.
In her time, and then after her, the female rap game became very sexualized. You had the Kims,
Yes,
you had the
yes.
Foxies, you had the Amils,
Yes.
you had the Charlie Baltimores, the Vitas. Like they was the Eves, the Pitbull in the skirt. Like I'm sexy, but I'm spitting bars. Like there's always been rap girls around. What I think the problem is when that lady went on maternity leave, the
That
female
lady-
rap game, it was looking real
It's juicy.
nice.
It looked real
Everybody was chilling with each other. They was hanging out with each other. They was on records with each other. Like everything was flowing. As soon as Miss Ma'am came back off of maternity leave, and now it's a clear divide in the rap space. Like I used to
But
be
there's
able
so
to have rap
many now.
playlists. But there were always many. The internet,
Like now?
the internet helps. The thing is, we have a lot of rap girls that are gonna be one-hit wonders, which I hate that for them.
You talking about Ice Spice? 'Cause that's
there
terrible.
are some that are going
That is
to
just
stand
terrible. Come on.
the test of time.
That is terrible. Yo, shout out to Shorty. I have nothing, but it's terrible. What's terrible is terrible. No disrespect to Shorty, right? It's terrible. For one,
there's
all
a
you
space
do
for her.
is she.
Yeah.
Like, yo, bro. Like, no offense, because Meg does the same shit too, but at least Meg writes. At least Meg
got
actually
bars.
does have shit. And she been doing this shit since she was on the roof.
Yeah.
I think
Facts.
there's a space for her because she's in the drill scene, and it's weird to see like that type of feminine energy in the drill rap. But I think
I
that-
love her body. I want her to be successful however she can, but I also don't want to see the demise of this culture going to just people who just doing whatever and shaking their ass.
I'm not a fan. It's mad other rap bitches out there.
Mad at them.
Flo Milli. Oh, the way
Crazy.
I love her. Flo Milli shit. What? I love rap bitches because like in the gangster of my heart, because y'all know I think I'm a gangster in real life, right? In the gangster of my heart, like I love like the hoes and the kisses and the DMXs or whatever. But there's something about a bitch that spit that shit and I could rap it and still feel like sexy and fire and
like
gangsta
Lotto?
at the same time. I like Lotto. I'm not a big fan. I did download her album. I did give the album a listen because I like to
It
give
was
a fair
trash,
shot.
like Nicki said.
I don't think that her album was trash. I don't think that I'm her demographic.
All right,
I'm
I gotta give it a
33.
listen. I'm really not good at listening to lady rappers.
But you know what's crazy? I don't like the City Girls albums, but I love all their
Features.
singles.
Okay. Well, it's supposed to be. Singles.
Meanwhile, Cardi's album, the way I ran Invasion of Privacy through the mud, and I also think that's because I've been a fan of Partisan Fontaine for years in the underground rap scene. So before
Is he her writer?
he wrote with her on a lot of her songs, and I love Party. And that nigga, people could talk shit about Party, like, oh, Meg with this and rapper that nobody know. That nigga writes hits. Party's wrote for Kanye.
Oh, her man is
Meg's
Cardi's
man is
writer.
yeah, and I feel like
he's
that's
very
how they
talented,
probably
yeah.
met.
I didn't know that.
But he's fire. Like I've been a fan of Party for years.
I
But
even like his
lyricism.
own records.
I will
Yeah.
tell you this: if we're getting back to everything that's going on right now, I wish you bitches. Sorry, I wish y'all would get off the internet. I don't like. First of all, Nicki. I hate seeing the way she is. Yo, I don't need this. I don't need to see all of this from you. I always talk about you on Monster. I talk about look at these niggas. I like just be an artist and shut up. You're at that top tier. We always thought you was there, and you're ruining your legacy. Hate by hate. And when I say hate by hate, it's you hate this person, you hate this person, you hate that person. It's like, yo, chill out.
Can I
They're
say
not on
something?
your level. And you're coming down. And a wise man told me once,
Don't argue with fools.
Not even to argue with fools. Don't argue with somebody that can only use your words against you. All you're doing is making yourself look crazy, and you're proving to everybody that you're a hater. Lotto, I didn't fall for Lotto. I didn't really like her. I liked Lotto after she did that BT Cypher shit last year. I didn't know who she was before that.
She's like been rapping for years.
I had no
since
idea.
She was a teenager.
I had no idea, but when she did that shit, she was kicking this shit on stage at BT. I was like, oh, it's fire. You know what I'm saying? Then she got a body. Oh, sorry. She did get a body.
I ain't gonna fry. I liked her before she got a body done.
Body's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So what was you gonna say?
I have a question.
Trav is like,
I'm scared.
you're not following the outline. Sorry, Trav. I'm coming over here.
Do you think Nicki's raps were better when Safari was still around?
Absolutely.
her?
It's easy. That's easy. Of course. Whatever. What's her alter ego? His name?
Roman.
Safari was Roman. Safari and Roman are one in the same.
So because her raps were better at that time, does that mean that he was helping her?
Are you saying he wasn't?
I'm saying, like,
Why would he be on stage doing the robot and all that shit if he didn't have something involved?
She was also more around Wayne and Nicki and Drake at the time. Like, she was more part of that
Young
crew, and they
Money
was all
YMCA,
rapping at the time. So, I mean, it's hard to just say like, yeah, it was Safari. Maybe it was, but I can't speculate
Nicki,
that.
I'm telling you right now,
Her first
Monster
two albums are masterpieces.
was Safari.
Everything after.
I'm not saying that Nicki didn't write Safari. I'm talking about
Nicki didn't write
inflections.
Safari?
I mean, Nicki
What have
didn't
you
write
heard from
Monster.
Safari that make you think that he's
The
that
way
nigga?
he raps, all of
Yes.
that extra shit, the crazy corny shit
Yeah.
that doesn't work for him,
It
but
works
it
for a
works for
woman.
Nicki.
Okay.
Right? The way that she did all that, he does that.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Bullet
how
in the
he raps.
monster. That's Safari. That's Safari. It's just that when he says it, it sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you can see them two in the studio. He's like, yo, do it like this. Yo, I bet you can't do it like this. And she's like, oh, and we're like, oh, shit, that shit is fire. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so disappointed. Yo, like, I feel like so many times that we talk about Nicholas on the show, and I come off like I'm a hater. And I'm so disappointed. Like, y'all gotta
At this
understand.
point, it's impossible to hate on Nicki.
All these fucking barbs, y'all are 14 years old. Like, I've been fucking rocking with Nicki since I was damn near a teenager. Like, since Beam Me Up Scotty came out the first time that y'all niggas just got last year. You understand? Like, I am thoroughly disappointed because as a diehard Bed-Stuy girl, as a diehard Kim fan, it took a lot out of me because I always kind of felt like I betrayed Kim because of my love for Nicki. And I feel like Nicki is just letting me down day by day. I'm 33. You're 40. Why can I not relate to you anymore? Why can I not relate to your music
Because she
anymore?
is Mariah.
Why don't I feel you anymore? Nicki used to rap and I used to feel that shit. The way that she used to just come out, like, even with, I never fucked with the gimmicks and shit, but Pink Print was so fire. Pink Friday was so important to my discography at the time. And I'm just like, what happened to
Nicki
my rap
is
bitch?
what happened to Kanye. Don't you fucking do that over there. In the corner. Once you get disconnected from where you came from and you're surrounded by other people, there's nothing real anymore. We're always anchored by our environment. You can be a product of your environment at older ages. And she's just not connected to us no more. She's speaking for her environment. And unfortunately, that's the same thing that happened to homie. With the extra mental shit that's just not there. And I'm also not sure that's there with Shorty anyway. But when you're from a certain place, it kind of keeps you relatable to other people that are there. Once you're away for so long, we're talking about the same person that was beefing with Mariah on fucking American Idol.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago. That was 6-7 years ago that she was beefing with her. You really like this girl is not from us no more. She's gone. She's just, you know what I mean?
I don't for me, she was so important. Like, it was Hove, Beyonce, Drake,
Rihanna.
Nicki. Rihanna's in there, but me and Rihanna, I don't know. It's touch and go with me. I'm not, because it was always touch and go with me. I'm not, I would never violate because I love Ree. But when I'm talking about my faves, who I was spinning back to back at that time, Rihanna was not on that list for me then. Now, yes. Then, no. Those were the top people that I were listening to. And I'm looking at it now and I just feel like that was like my Mount Rushmore. And I just want my fave back. She's never coming back.
We actually do have an outline here. And we're about to go into this week in these niggas. This week in these niggas. Now, there are a bunch of hard hitters here. I'm going to steer away from them for a second.
You. Keep it light, please.
I'm not keeping it light. But I'm not going to jump right into that because we having a little fun. And it was a very, yo, listen.
I could never have fun here.
Brad is intense, and you and her were a lot. And I just want to have a little fun right now. Do you mind?
Yes, let's have fun.
What are you drinking?
Tequila.
Oh, because you got some tequila. Mm-hmm. Good. Trom has been over there. Trom likes to let, when other people are here, he's like, all right, I'm going to just chill. Y'all do it. I'm getting paid anyway.
That's crazy.
Y'all talk. I'll be here. Just send me my check. But I think that this is a good time for us to speak. Mm-hmm. Did you see what Draymond Green did to Jordan Poole?
Yo, why Draymond? Yo,
like,
the disrespect.
Yo,
how is this nigga still
Trom
walking,
and I
bro?
have a fight. If Trom steals on me, it's a steal. All right, you caught me. Mm-hmm. That's not what Draymond did. And realistically, and I'm going to spin this around, right? So it doesn't look I'm attacking you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to attack you for it. If I punch you as hard as I can, it isn't what Draymond could do to Jordan Poole because he hopped into that. Yeah.
Yo,
he leaped his body. He is an athlete.
Bro. Yo,
a big athlete.
Let me ask you a question.
He is Xavier. What's his name? Oakley and Mason. Oh, yeah, he is the Mason.
Y'all remember Malice
Anthony
at the Palace?
Mason?
Yes.
And the way Jermaine O'Neal snuffed that nigga and leaned in and slid with that shit. That's what I saw. I'm like, yo, Draymond bringing that energy back. Now I'm about to start watching the NBA again.
Look at you.
Give me that shit.
Fire.
Give me the energy.
Jermaine O'Neal doesn't have the physical makeup.
Nah, son, that shit.
Of Draymond Green.
Mm-hmm. I would have egged that nigga house. Why would you fucking disrespect me like that, bro?
You throw a tissue at the nigga crib?
Nigga, I'll TP and shit. We talk about racism. I'll be throwing bricks at this nigga shit. That shit got the hard ER. You fucking black nigger. Because why you violate me like that?
Trump, can you coexist with Draymond Green? After, say it's somebody that ain't at your job. Y'all supposedly have a working relationship and they duff you crazy. Is there a way to fix that relationship?
If the video ain't leaked, then boom. Maybe. But now, nah, it's over for that. Now it's just too much. Because you hearing that there was a fight, oh, somebody got punched, oh, okay, you know what I mean? Nobody thought it was going to be that bad, you know what I mean? And then to see it and have that visual, and all of America have that visual, I don't know how this nigga got up and he stayed at practice and was shooting jumpers after that, Jordan Poole.
His head didn't explode?
God damn, bro.
Dosh, is there a way for you to stay there? What happens then?
No.
What happens then? You're in a multi-million-dollar contract.
Somebody got to move. It's me or him. Who you want? Pick one.
So
niggas get traded every day.
You saying somebody has to leave? What if they leave you? We talking about Draymond Green.
It's Draymond
what
Green,
if they trade you? Is that a solution?
It's a solution for me because I'm gonna want to fight every time I see that nigga. Like it's just like Trump said. Like I don't have That's true. That is true. That's true. No, you're absolutely. That's why I said I have to do other. I'm gonna have to pick other tactics because this nigga is wilding. Like it for me. if there was no video, I could probably eat it. But now, yo, my girl gotta see me get fucked up in practice. My mom's, my father, my brothers, my teachers, my kid.
But they all know you talk shit.
It don't matter how much shit I talk. This nigga head almost fucking got decapitated off his body off of a punch.
Was it a sucker punch?
I don't think it was it wasn't a sucker punch. I don't think he was ready. I really think he said some slick shit, and Draymond just, like, you gotta know, like, sometimes you just gotta be on your defense, and he just felt too safe.
So he got punched, but it ain't like he got beat up.
But why he ain't fight back, nigga?
I mean, he got punched and then it was over. Like, what's he gonna do? By the time he got punched, everybody was intervening.
No, don't just punch me. Like, you gotta give me like I don't know. My ego was big, and if I was a man, my shit would be like ridiculous.
I feel you. I agree with you. I'm just saying it could have been worse because it's not like he squared up with him and Draymond just got the best of him. He didn't square up. That was not necessarily a fair one. Like,
ain't no fair, yo. I would have took a basketball. I would have fucking threw anything that I could find. I would have threw a fucking nigga like something. Like, I can't.
I would have threw a whole person at
Yo,
him.
my ego is so big that I cannot live in like this technological age, like in high school, and like everything is recorded and shit. Like, my ego. Like, don't you ever put a video up of me like looking crazy or like being like what?
yeah, that is crazy.
Nah, son, I don't know. But if you are the little nigga on the team and that's like Draymond Green, you might have to just eat that for your family and shit. But my ego nasty. I'm taking that shit out on everybody in my house. I'm mad toxic like that. Like, oh, I can't fuck him up, but it's alright. I'ma flip some shit in this bitch. Y'all ain't gonna do shit about it. Y'all niggas in here not Draymond Green. Y'all not gonna whoop my ass. Like, I would be wild. Like, no. Therapize. www.psychologytoday.com. I need a mental health break. I need to go on a retreat. Like, not on camera. Not on camera.
We have other Trav. I'm gonna keep it a little light today, man. We did a lot of serious talk. I want people to laugh. We're in the second episode. It's fucking Thursday.
Yep.
People want to fucking enjoy their life. The weekend's coming. Halloween's coming. I hope y'all come in to fucking Kinks and Drinks, but that's a whole nother story.
I'm gonna try.
We're talking about this week in these niggas.
Jesus Christ.
There's been a lot going on, and we can circle back to the shit that happened last week. Marquise, 50 Cent's son.
You
Actually,
were right.
It's not even about that.
But you were
Because I was a little right, but I'm not sure if this is a ploy. I'm not sure. I want to discuss. But 50 Cent has responded to his son talking about the 6700, and then there was a response, in a way, not really response, but an add-on from his son. I'd like to play both, and then let's discuss very quickly. Trav, I hope you understand this is happening. It relates back to the things that we spoke about this week. Let's hear what 50 Cent had to say about his son talking about $6,700 in child support. All right, hold on. Trav.
Ukraine of carrying out a terror attack that severely damaged that bridge.
I had to rebuild my life over with $6,700 a month.
Marquise, I know you feel
That's
like
really funny.
This nigga's crazy. You're 25 years old. Why you still talking about child support? I get $5,000 a year, and it was with me. That's why I took his mother to child support, because the bitch thought that she was supposed to get that much more, she wanted more. Oh, that motherfucker nothing.
So basically, 50 Cent started clowning on Instagram. He did a whole video. Uncle Murder's in it. G Unit's in it. They did their little clown shit. But Marquise, please, I know you feel like that was mad funny to me because it's just giving a level of humanity from 50 that I'm not used to seeing. It's like father-son talk. Like, Marquise, like,
25 years old talking about some motherfucking child support. Fuck is you talking about?
Right.
Me personally, I thought that the son was not speaking about no money.
Right.
And the son actually did drop a video where he actually had a plea for 50 I'm not sure if he needed to go this route, but he spoke to TMZ. This is a TMZ interview. I don't know, but let's hear it.
To sit down with him and so I can hear his perspective and gain a little bit of understanding. I mean, like, we're both men at the end of the day. We should be able to agree and disagree and it not be a problem. He believes that, from his perspective, he thinks I'm entitled when that's not the case. Like, it's never been about the money for me. It's more so the relationship and for me personally. Like, it's more so for the relationship more than the money to me, because if it's about the money, then I'm willing to put it up to make at least make the situation a little bit better if possible. Honestly, I don't know what to expect from the situation. If we do have a sit down, I don't necessarily know what to expect or what it looks like. But if it takes me paying him for his time, I'm more than willing to do that. Maybe we could just gain understanding of each other. Maybe we could understand each other a little bit better. Maybe that's what a better situation looks like. But I can't tell you exactly what it should look like or what it would look like, because then that's like me being a kid again and just living in my dreams.
Yo, I'm really a dickhead. I be liking shit on the internet that I ain't even listen to. I'm looking at the video and I see my name that I liked it. I ain't never turned the sound on that shit.
You ain't hear that shit?
This is my first time hearing that shit. I just read the title. It was like, oh, you kept it moving.
What do you think then? Now, the nigga did take a picture with Supreme, I believe. Now, Supreme and 50 had a whole war. Like, it's really
But he
war.
was also
shot
a kid
him.
at the time.
9 times shot him and all that.
He was a kid and doing shit, I guess, out of hurt, pain, trauma, needed attention, whatever. I don't know. I just think if you want to have a relationship with your dad, I don't know if he's going about it the right ways. I feel like he's going at it from the stance of like an antagonization, like you're poking the bear. It's like you're trying to like you trying to bully your father into paying you attention. Like, it's weird. Like, there had to be a different way. Like, at this point, you haven't had a relationship with your father for so long. You're going now on Instagram Live talking shit about your father. Then you're
talking
posting,
shit how?
No, he's talking shit about the fact of the child support or whatever. Like, obviously, the blogs and shit are going to pick that up. So now he's going to see it by proxy. Then you're sitting down taking the pictures with money, spelling out entitled. Then, like, it's like you're doing, like, these little things that are, like, aggressive, but not really. And then you're pulling it back and saying, like, I just want a relationship with my dad. And, like, me, I don't know how receptive I would be to, like, why you fucking with me first? Like,
Yo, we talking about 50 Cent, though.
Can you imagine? And he's petty. So you poking at him first and you expecting him to come back like, yeah, son.
Like you said, we're talking about 50 Cent. How do you think that that's going to be effective?
Yeah, I don't know.
It just don't seem like, it doesn't seem genuine that he really wants a relationship with him. Like, yeah, why are you talking about child support and you 25? That was 7 years ago. So you're just purposely putting that information out there that might try to embarrass him or something. Why do we even know about this? Why is this even on Instagram and social media? This is a personal issue between you and your dad. Why did you even go there if you want to have a relationship with him? And then you're saying, like, I'll pay him for his time. Like, fuck out of here. First of all, you're not going to do that. He's not going to accept that. It's like, it's all cap. You're just saying that to try to flip the narrative that it's about money. You're like, oh, I got my own money. I could pay him for my, like, all of that just screams just weirdo shit to me. Like, at the end of the day, what it looks like to me is you're seeking some type of attention or fame or notoriety or 15 seconds of fame, whatever it is. It doesn't seem genuine to me. It seems like if you want a relationship with your dad, like Dodge said, this is not the way you would have went about it. You could have just hit him up. Like, you're going to try to embarrass him? You're going to try to embarrass 50 Cent thinking that this is going to turn out good? 50 Cent out of all niggas?
I think both of y'all are out of y'all fucking mind.
And that's fine.
I do. And you too. You over there ad-libbing. You too. I think you out of your mind too. I think all three of y'all are out of your fucking mind. The reason why is because... One making sense. No, the reason why is because this is my father. This is my genetic father. I am my father. I look like my father. I act like my father. Let alone the fact is this is the person who showed me how to be a man. Regardless of whether he was in my life, not in my life, regardless of what any of that, I am going to emulate my father. His tactics now become my tactics because that is what boys do with their father. You actually do shit that you didn't even know your father did. It's genetic. Right? Let alone having an example of how to be. At 25 years old, I'm still impressionable. Let alone the fact is I've seen how you act over the last 10, 15, 20 years. However much time that I've learned how to reciprocate your energy. Just as a man, as a person, we all, as men, and I believe women do it too, we all have an example of how to be, and we take from that. This is literally just him acting like his dad. This is him putting a mirror up to his father and saying that this is who you showed me how to be.
I don't agree.
I believe that is the truth. This is his way of showing 50. 50 probably did this to. You don't think that 50 his interactions with him over the years? You don't think that this is him just showing 50 what you showed me as a child?
Yes.
Or what you showed my mom?
The second
part,
I'm
just showing you who you showed me how to be. I don't know no other way.
The second part, yes. That sitting down with the do-rag, with the entitled.
That's all 50.
That was 50. That first initial part.
I've seen 50 do that to mad people.
That first video that we saw when he was sitting here talking about the money and talking about like how he felt about, he's like, he calling saying like, oh, you mad because my mother wanted a new dick, da, da, da. I don't believe that that's what that was. I believe that that's more coming from a hurt, spiteful child.
Okay.
And that's fine. But it's my thing is, I used to be a hurt, spiteful child when it came to my dad and the shit that I went through or did not go through with my dad, and feeling like my dad wasn't there for me. He didn't protect me from certain things that happened. He didn't come get me until I was much older in life and I had already experienced things that I probably couldn't have or shouldn't have. I feel like when my mother died, my father should have got me when I was 15, not when I was 23. Right? So I know the thought process of that spiteful, hurt child. But I have never and would have never went on the internet to talk shit about my dad and be like, yeah, this nigga gave me a child support or whatever, but he wasn't really there. Da, da, da. When I had the time to actually sit down and have a conversation with my dad to cultivate and rebuild our relationship, I told him how I felt about him to his face. I didn't run to the internet first. I didn't do a fucking interview first about how I feel about what happened with my dad or what I didn't really understand. Did you live your life on the internet? No, but it's not even about. I did live. I'm a millennial. I've been living my life on the internet since
your relationship with your dad has not been posted across the internet. You have not been given a persona that wasn't you for years because of who your father is. Also, how you respond to shit and how you address shit is you. Yes. When I'm speaking about things on this, you be like, oh, well, you don't speak for all men, or you can't do this and the other. That's your perspective. It's the same thing. Yes. The way you behave is you. You're Marquise has had to live as 50 Cent's son from the whole time he was famous. That means every single person he knows him as 50 Cent's son. Even the women, the ox at the corner store, and they all have been privy to all of this damaging shit his entire life. So you don't know how this young boy has had to process this. You don't talk. What we talk. What I'm saying is
we haven't heard anything from Marquise and Matt. At least I haven't. This is the first time I'm hearing of him in years.
That does not define how he dealt with his drama. His trauma.
And I'm agreeing with you. We're saying the same thing. I said the first video, he sounds like a hurt, spiteful, scorned child.
Because that's him sending out signs that that
was his bat signal. But from anybody's standpoint, bashing me publicly, and this is not the first time you've publicly bashed your father because of your broken relationship, bashing me publicly and talking shit about the fact that about child support. Like, if you're gonna use this opportunity, in my opinion, to reach out or say something about your dad, you want to mend a relationship with your dad, that's not how you go about it. You went about it bashing him, and then you doubled down on it, and now you're on TMZ simping about it like, yo, I really just want a relationship with my father.
I do not have a full, first of all, me personally, it took me a long time to understand the world. I said that on this podcast before.
Yes.
I didn't understand my relationship with men. Very much so didn't understand my relationship with women. I didn't get it. It took me a while, world knowledge, to understand how my energy affected the world. Now, imagine that as a celebrity's son. It's very skewed.
I think we're taking
your
more
relationship
personal accountability
of the
here.
world. But at 25, how much
You're
personal
saying,
accountability do you take?
Let
alone being a celebrity. And then we're talking about me and my relationship with my father. I still don't have a good... The way
and
I
that was not going to make it any better.
I'm still at 47, still say things that is shots at my dad at 47 years old that isn't really taking real...
At 25, you're mature enough to know, like, if
mature.
I really... listen, if I really want to have a relationship with him, that's my bottom line here. This is the way I'm going to go about it? Like, come on, man.
You might not.
I don't think that...
You grew up in a 2-parent home.
It's not about that. It's about your mentality as a 25-year-old man.
And you had an older brother. An older brother, not a younger brother that's getting all of this shit. And you're the dude you're the kid that did all these things as a yo, you don't think he don't feel guilty for the shit he did with Supreme? Or the shit that he's probably fucking done and now is reacting in a way like, yo, I was a fucking kid that was fucked up. I'm fucked up. You're my dad. Everybody loves you. You just like me. I act the same way you act. I'm just as aggressive as you. But you and me is at odds? Like that shit, it might not make no sense to everybody else. It might not make no sense to everybody else just because he's not your dad.
That's fine. I'm not saying anything against that. All I'm saying is the conversation, the original conversation, that first conversation, I'm not sure what you were trying to get out of it. I don't know if that first conversation was with the intent of, I want to mend my relationship with my father. I think that first conversation was, I am on Instagram Live and I'm having this conversation and I'm talking shit. I feel like the internet probably helped him come to the realization that maybe I do want to mend. Maybe this is rooted in something deeper and I do want to mend my relationship with my father. And then you went on TMZ to make it seem like you were the victim. But in originality, you've been the aggressor. And nobody, like, me being a person that I am, one thing you can't do is you can't bully me. And that's just my natural defense mechanism.
You're the bully.
No, it's not because I'm the bully. Like, I don't
You
react
bullied your dad before?
Well, I guilt trip my dad. I don't bully him.
You're a bully.
All right, that's fine. I'll accept that. What my thing is, like, I don't do well with peer pressure. I'm one of those people that do not do well with peer pressure. The minute that I feel like I'm being pressured to do something, the defiance in me pushes back even more. Like, now I'm going to be, even if I wanted to do it, now I'm going to be even more like, fuck out of here, I'm not doing it, because you can't force me to do shit.
Right.
I don't know 50, but if he's anything like me, it's like you trying to bully me into, now I'm going to push back even more, and I'm going to keep pushing back, and I'm going to keep violating, I'm going to push back, because you didn't come at me the right way. And that's just how I think sometimes. So when I see somebody do things, like little fucked up things, and then in the end be like, no, but what I really wanted was like, nah, fuck that shit. Now I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. I don't want to hear it no more, because I could have been receptive to it if you came at me the right way, but you tried to bully me and use the internet to bully me to make me look like an even more fucked up person than I probably really
Philly
am.
don't give a fuck about that.
But if he did it, he would have never responded like that.
Well, he responded in a video, like, and it's a, yo, 50 has feelings.
Of course he does. Everybody has feelings.
He's more concerned with winning. Nobody
wins when the family feuds, so.
But 50 don't subscribe to that. 50 just don't want to lose. And he's just taking his son as an enemy right now, as a threat right now. And you're not going to embarrass me in front of the internet. I'm better at
you violated me once before. You sitting there fucking cheesed up with the nigga that tried to end my life. Like, you already violated me before, nigga. Fuck you.
And that fucking 50 needs to deal with his daddy issues with Supreme, because that literally has nothing to do with his son. Like, all right, yo. At that time, he was young, and he was young and impressionable, and he was angry, and he did his shit. I'm not forgiving it, but I'm saying, like, I don't think is 50. You think still reacting behind that? I think that was just some dumb shit. He knew, look at this stupid dumb. I'm like, Marquise, please. You don't understand. I'm gonna kill this nigga if I ever see Supreme again. I'm gonna kill that nigga. Don't stand next to him. You bugging the fuck out.
I'm not even gonna.
You trying to get to me.
How emotional I am and how attached I am to my kid. And we had this conversation, me and you had this conversation recently about a situation that I was going through. And I'm like, yo, I don't know. If my kid ever get too close to my op, I'm gonna feel away. I'm really gonna feel away, because it's like, yo, like,
I feel like 50 feels away about that.
This
but
nigga tried to murder
50
me.
don't strike me as the type to just let it go. Like, he's holding a grudge. Yeah.
About that?
About Marquis. Yeah.
You shitting me?
Okay.
Every time I take a shower, every time I take off my shirt, I gotta look at bullet holes in my chest. And you hugged up on a nigga that tried to end my life, and you my kid?
I'm gonna keep it real. I understand that. I totally understand that. But 50 has literally been like him and Supreme and them, the Supreme team, that whole shit, Ja Rule, Murder Inc. That is a very deep scar for him. Like, it's been that way for over a decade, right? What is it? Something like that? More than that, almost 2 decades. Where 50 has, like, it's deep with him with that. Do you really think that Marquis should be included in that just because he made a mistake at 15 years old?
Nah, son, some mistakes you're not supposed to make, son. I should have, like,
you've been treating me like an enemy too.
Not like that.
All right.
That ain't
you
the
want to
same.
make a public mistake? Make a public like amendment for that too. You know what I'm saying? Before you start any of this,
apologize for that publicly?
If you want to do that publicly, then if you want to have a relationship with me, I'm not just going to forget this because I'm 50.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to.
What if they've gotten past that? Had that conversation between them, the two of them, and the son just doesn't know that that's the real reason why he's.
You got to give more credit to 25, man. 25 ain't no little kid, man.
Right.
25, like, I met my father for the first time at 25.
That nigga 26
that's
now.
That's you, my nigga.
You're right.
Everybody's different,
it's
bro.
A different life, but we got to give 25 credit. 25 ain't 12. It ain't 21.
25 is definitely headstrong and not understanding compassion or empathy, or like, especially from your father who's acted this way towards you since you was a fucking kid. But you don't know how to say, yo, you know what? Damn, he has feelings. This your dad. You might feel that way towards other people, even men. Like we say that men love other men. Maybe I can look at you and be like, damn, I shouldn't have did that to my homie, right? Yeah. But your dad, you might not look at him as human. A lot of us don't look at our parents like they're people, right? In the Let moment. Alone the enemy of the whole world looking at him, 50 Cent, like he's a person. I might not know how to take that route with you. What? I'm bugging? All right, fine. Fine. Enough of this.
This nigga came up with a single rapping about his father. Like, this nigga wildin'.
When, today? Recently?
In 2017. Okay, this nigga been wildin' for years. Fuck that nigga, son.
Trav, I'm also going to the left on this topic that you did, because I found something a little bit more. These niggas. Now, we're here for a while. Shit, this might be the best episode in the world for the people that's on Patreon, because I'm going to get you through this Thursday today. There's another This Week in These Niggas that I feel Dodge and Trom. I'd like to hear your opinion. I'm going to sit here and sip my cab and let this guy do it to him. Dude, whatever he's about to do to himself, he's about to do.
What the fuck?
Isaiah Washington.
Like,
I know him from Grey's Anatomy. He was a doctor on Grey's Anatomy. I had nothing but respect. I don't know if it's erased everything, but this
for me
was interesting. But you see, I'm gonna let the people hear this first, before I judge openly. Right now, Trom, did you see this?
I don't know.
This says, "Say what?" Actor Isaiah Washington says he believes 15-year-old Aaliyah was in control of a relationship with R. Kelly. She was mature beyond her age. She was 15, going on 30. Let's hear what he has to say.
You know, R. Kelly's been convicted 30 years.
Yeah, like we didn't see that coming, huh?
Yeah. And now the Aaliyah story about how he got her pregnant and trying to get married to her and everything else. And now that's, you know, it's always been the rumor for all these years, but now it's actually come forward and established in a court of law and so forth.
She was very complex. Like I said, she was easy to love. Can't judge choices she made in her life. She was very in control of her being. But she was a businesswoman too. She was super smart, right? I think she was in control of that situation, even at her age, 100%.
At 15?
Oh, yeah. Well, I say she was mature beyond her age. Like, that's all, age ain't nothing but a number.
Made her first album, yeah.
You know, she was 15 going on 30.
I wish we could get a video of Dodge tapping her feet right now because this is nasty. Matter of fact, Tron, what do you think?
I hate to judge people out of a short clip. You know what I mean? I would love to hear the whole context of the conversation and see how he potentially cleaned that up. But just hearing that and that alone, it sounds nasty. I don't think that was his intentions, but you know, you got to choose your words carefully, especially
Well, what the fuck? What's the range of what he could have meant? And why do y'all have sex as essential pillows next to y'all?
So meaning like, I don't obviously. Well, I'm not gonna say obviously, but I never met Aaliyah. I didn't know her. She appeared from the outside looking in. She appeared to be mature beyond her years. She had relationships, whether it be professional or personal, with a lot of older dudes in the industry. That
You mean Jay-Z?
Jay-Z, Dame Dash, even Timbaland came out and was like he had a crush on her. Like, why are these older men so enamored by her? Maybe there was something about her aura that presented herself as a mature person. Maybe her spirit.
Yeah,
I don't know. So, right? Listen, I'm not giving Isaiah Washington a pass. I'm just trying to understand what he might have meant in what he was saying. And I'm curious to hear the rest of the conversation. I'm telling you what I'm thinking, right? In this clip sounds trash, but I don't like talking off of just a clip. What?
No, because Dodge is...
I can't do this. I can't do this again.
No, it's not you. It is. It is. It is. But I'm more reflecting on the past 3 weeks that I've had. Mm-hmm. And when you say shit like that, I was just like, Trom, no. Because I can't reach for you.
Listen, I'm not Isaiah Washington. So understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to understand what made him say that. I'm not saying that these are my thoughts. I'm trying to understand what made him say that. So I'm not over here vouching for this nigga.
That's fine. I don't think they're gonna include that in the clip. It doesn't even matter. Dodge, go ahead.
No, I don't want to. I'm fucking tired. These niggas are fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, what the fuck are we even talking about? A 15-year-old, she was so mature. She was so wise beyond her years. Oh my God, everybody's so enamored by Aaliyah. You niggas are sick bitches. Let this lady just be dead in peace. Like, leave her alone. She was preyed upon. There's no fucking sense of control when you're 15 getting impregnated, getting married. Like, is everybody okay? Everybody's not okay. Everybody's not okay. And Vlad, why y'all still go on this person's platform? Because all he do is set y'all niggas up for failure. You could easily just say nothing, but everybody wants to open their fucking mouths and over-sexualize. Like the way adultification works in the black community. My fucking God, I want to rip my fucking eyes out. I'm tired. Stop.
But the 25-year-old is too young.
Sexualizing black girls.
It's different, bro. She's 15.
Stop sexualizing black girls. They are not mature beyond their years. They are not in control. They are fucking children. I don't care how eloquent they are. I don't care about what they are able to have as conversational pieces. I don't care how well traveled they are. I don't care how much of a professional they are and professional. This is a fucking child. Adultification. Look it up. We are not protected as children. As soon as we develop, and a lot of us develop very quickly, it's like, oh, she's so mature for her age. Oh, I'm so enamored by her. No, you sick bitches. You motherfuckers are fucking disgusting. And I'm tired. I'm sick of you niggas. The fuck?
It's not me this time.
I'm so fucking tired.
It ain't me neither. Don't get it
shit.
twisted. I don't like 15-year-old girls. I'm not that nigga.
Like, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
All I'm
She
saying,
was wise beyond her years. How? She was 15 going on 30. She never even made it to 30. Y'all niggas don't even know what she would be like at 30. So what the fuck are y'all talking about?
What did we have to say towards Dame or...
Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. It was fucking weird.
How old was she when she passed?
When she died, she was what, 26?
She's
25?
26. So she was dating. She was
dating Dame when she was like 21, 22.
Okay. Charm, you wanted to say something?
I just like to, again, I don't know Isaiah Washington. I don't understand the context of the conversation. I would like to think, I started off by saying the clip was wild. What he said is wild.
Worse,
I'm not making, hold on, Dodge.
When she died.
I'm not making no excuse for the clip. We've all been victims of taking conversations out of context. I'm curious to hear the larger conversation and what he possibly meant. I was trying to guess where this was coming from. It doesn't excuse it. I started off by saying
with you, and I understand what you're saying.
The clip was trash.
There were, this is why I asked how old Dame was and Jay was when they were, dating her. Because I want to know, was it always this gap? Like, was she preyed on by several different people? Right? Like, because here's this guy, because I don't even know why Isaiah Washington is on Vlad. Like, why is he on Vlad?
And why is he talking about Aaliyah?
Right?
Like,
And why? How do we get there? Right? Now, Dodge is doing the research, but so, when you say...
Oh, he only dated her for a year.
Who's that?
Dame. He dated her from late 2000 until she died in 2021. When she died, he was 22. In 2001, he was 30. Still OD.
So it's 30 and 22.
It was 30 and 22. Well, it was 29 and 21, 30 and 22. Mm-hmm. It's still OD, but the fact of the matter is it's not... What I really believe is, I believe that Aaliyah was a very beautiful girl. I believe that she probably was very sweet. I believe that she had a good aura about her. I believe that she was a great artist. And I believe that working in the music industry, you're working with a lot of older people. I understand that aspect. But I also don't believe that she was like the pinnacle of maturity. Like, y'all surrounded by grown women at all times. Y'all surrounded with grown women. Y'all got baby mothers and girlfriends and all types of weird, wild shit, whatever the fuck. Like, I don't understand it. Beyonce started at 15 as well.
Well, the thing is that Hov was talking to Beyonce when she was very young.
But she was not getting married and preyed upon because her parents had a certain type of hold on it.
That's R. Kelly.
Yes, and I understand that. So what I'm saying is for somebody to say she was 15 going on 30, that's wild to me. That's kind of egregious being the fact that she didn't even live to 30. She didn't even live to 25. You had no idea who the fuck she was going to be. That shit is kind of crazy.
Very, very, very triggering statements by Isaiah Washington. I do understand that the young lady has been brought up more times than not and needs to be left in her greatness. Like, she was amazing, right? But y'all keep doing this. Like, what's the point? What are y'all trying to get at? When y'all make these statements about her and y'all keep bringing her up and you keep like it's like, yo, leave it where it is. The man, honestly, at the end of the day, is we failed her as a culture, period. Because you and I were
I was about to say,
aware
I was 6.
of what happened. And this generation is just way further when it comes to accountability than we were at that age. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, we spoke about it they speaking about it on the radio. Like, yo, apparently R. Kelly just married Aaliyah. And we was like, damn. But we wasn't like, what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
What's that?
Because I've never looked this up before, but now that we're here, what's the beef with Jay-Z and Beyonce when they started dating? What the internet is saying?
They're saying, well, Jay is apparently 12 years older than her.
Yes.
And they're saying that he started dating her around the time Gold Member was it?
She was
filming.
19.
She was 19 and he was 31 at the time. And I believe that was when they actually came out. He had actually been talking to her since she was 18 and he was 30.
I'm reading an article that says they met when she was 18.
Right.
And they started dating when she was 19.
Right. Damn, I had that right.
Yeah.
Right. But he was 30. He was
30.
dating a 19-year-old.
And he was dating a 19-year-old.
I mean,
he was actually 31.
Yeah.
And he was dating a 19-year-old. Mm-hmm. So that's not cool. Now.
No, it's not.
It's something that we can say now. Like, obviously, they've made the best out of it. Everything worked out for the best. But if we're talking about how the optics, that's crazy. Because why would you be 31 dating a 19-year-old?
Yeah.
We have to be fair across the board.
I think there's something to be said about how it worked out.
That's R. Kelly-ish. Because you're saying that at 30 you're lining an 18-year-old up at 30.
It is manipulation on all fronts.
And I hate to say it because it's Hov. And thank God it worked out. But I have to be fair across the board. Mm-hmm. If this was R. Kelly, the age range, because I think R. Kelly was 26 when she was 15.
But I think that the difference is R. Kelly was going to places where children were.
Oh, absolutely.
And picking them up.
And it was consistent.
Where Jay-Z and Beyonce are peers in an industry, in a career. So it ain't great, but it's not as bad.
It's not right.
If that makes sense.
It's not cool.
So that's like if when I was 19, I was a waitress at Applebee's. And if I had a manager at Applebee's that I started dating, even better. When I was 20, I was a waitress at Applebee's. There was a bartender at Applebee's that I liked. He was 40. I went out on a date with him. Mm-hmm. At that time, it didn't seem that like we're in close proximity. We work together. Right. Even though we have a 20-year age gap. It was 20 fucking years.
That's a lot.
But I didn't, at the time, like there was nothing about it that was like manipulative. Like he didn't come off like that. It was just like a mutual attraction because we worked in close proximity. Not making an excuse for it. And obviously it didn't work out because niggas. But I'm not gonna make an excuse for it. It's still that's a big age gap. I never looked it up.
I hate
before.
to do it to Ho, and I hate to do it to B, especially because they have a family now, and they have. I
also feel like her parents were probably very into.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Like,
I'm gonna keep it real with you. There is no more like if we're talking about just in the optics, Beyonce is the top of the R&B game.
Yeah.
Hove has always been the top of the. These are two top, and then we're not even talking about music.
First of all,
we're just talking about as people in the culture.
Real quick.
The fact that they are together is fire.
The fact that he's 12 years older than her and she made a song called Upgrade You is fire.
And killed him on it.
Killed him. Smoked his boots on that shit. Said, yo.
That last couple minutes, seconds on that song. That
all
last.
the labels she was dropping.
I said, oh my God.
Partner up. Yo, she violated that nigga on that shit.
Let's move on.
Yeah, I can't talk about predatory behavior anymore. I'm tired.
Isaiah Wash says, why would you go to Vlad? Why, nigga?
Fuck is you even doing over there?
Surf, you did the same thing. You went on there and spoke about the feds. Why? What the fuck? All right. And you was knowing that you... All right. And homegirl, we know what happened, by the way. This week... You want me to delete that?
I don't give a fuck anymore.
And these...
Bitches.
Why do I feel like you... Yo... It's very many things. It's very many things.
I'm so tired.
You can't be tired of me. The listeners is like, what are they talking about?
Nothing.
Trauma's like, what are they talking about? Woman asks for her money back. Trav writes. I don't know what's going on. Let me see. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Switch to the app. Let me see if I can do it. What?
You don't got the Twitter app on your phone?
I do, but
you be tweeting from Echo phone?
Yo, do people still use Echo phone?
Somebody said that shit the other day on the timeline. I was like, not this nigga tweeting from Echo phone. I thought we all realized that the Twitter app was the best one. Like, what's wrong with people? That nigga on a BlackBerry too?
All right, hold on. It's updating. Let me see. All right. Wow, I got mad notifications. Trav, what do you have for us here?
According to social media, men ain't shit.
What?
They don't exist. You get them.
What?
That didn't have nothing to do with what I was talking about. Switch to app. Just chill out. Oh my God. Trav, it's not working. No, it's working, but it's not working for me.
What the fuck?
Just.
Let's go straight in. Hey, I'm sorry I missed my... Man, my boyfriend died and I haven't been able to think straight. Period. Please, I really need help with the funeral expenses and need my money back. No period. Okay. First things first, sorry for your loss. This is not any of my clients. It's someone I know, and we're about to get in it. So at the end of the day, y'all be on a For You page carrying about stylists. My styles today is so unprofessional, it's ghetto. But let me tell you something. You gotta have a certain kind of personality, a certain kind of characteristics to deal with some of these clients. Because number one, why did you go on the booking site, pay a deposit, no show, or nothing, and think you could just send a message and get your money back? And it's like, what do your situation have to do with me? Why did something happen to you so it had to happen to me? Why do you feel like you get a pass to bypass all of my policies and procedures? What about the time it took for me to get to work? What about the gas it took? What about the day that I had to set up because I thought I had a certain kind of appointments? Like, y'all don't never think about that. But she's supposed to get her money back? No. You gotta be kidding me. And the gag is... it wasn't even her boyfriend. It was her SD. And it's like, girl...
Who's the SD?
Sugar daddy.
You should have carried while he was here. I'm sorry.
And then
it's so basically, the message above the tweet I should have read before says, I'm supposed to think the client is in the wrong for asking for their money back because they had an unexpected death day of and cannot afford funeral costs. So this is apparently the stylist.
Yeah, but my question is,
So this girl hits her and says, "Hey, I had a death in the family. I can't afford
my deposit back?
Can't afford what?
the deposit for my hair. This is a stylist, a hairstylist.
Hairstylist.
Okay. Do we run this back now that we understand the? Because I didn't.
My problem is from what I've experienced with.
Wait, the girl wrote her a message. Hey, I'm sorry I missed my appointment. My boyfriend died, and I haven't been able to think straight. Please, I really need to help with funeral expenses and need my money back. Come to find out, it's not her boyfriend; it's her sugar daddy.
No, but then she doubled down because I guess because the guy was like an older white man, it was assumed that was her sugar daddy. But she came out, the girl who did this came out and was like, "Nah, this is really my man. Like, just because he looked like this, don't mean that he like this is my boyfriend." This is my only problem.
Oh, you've seen this?
Yeah, I saw this on the internet. As somebody that frequents like these small business owners, these internet boutiques and stuff like that, like I get my lashes done by certain people, I'll get an install or whatever the case may be. Like, how much was your deposit that it could effectively help funeral costs? Because I feel like deposits be like $50.
But bitches, I've been telling y'all since the inception of this podcast that bitches be broke, bro.
Like, is this $50 really going to bury a nigga? Like, I'm confused.
You could flip that though. If it's only $50, you can't give me the $50 back.
No, because there's a cancellation policy. Like, it's written on my site. Would you fucking order something from? Actually, there's no other example that would even fucking logically make sense. Like, you neglected to cancel within time because you're grieving. Sometimes you gotta take the L. You know how many times I order something from like one of these fucking sites, these fast fashions, like a Pretty Young Thing, a Fashion Over, Shein or whatever, and the shit don't fucking fit.
And I just be
I'm
like,
not
fuck it.
sending that shit back. I'm going to take the L because it puts me through more chaos to send it back. Or I'm going to call one of my homegirls like, yo, you can fit size da-da-da-da. You want this shit with the tags on it? Like,
I'm the same way.
Trying to understand.
He died that day, though?
He died the day of her appointment. So she didn't show up to her appointment. So she hit up the stylist afterwards. Like, sorry, I missed my appointment.
But she didn't
come. My whole thing is like, you got to take that L. I'm sorry. I'm not giving it back. You chose not to go. It's not even that you chose not to go. I can understand you not feeling up to it. I can get all of that.
You know what? I'm bugging. You're right.
It's not.
Somebody
it wasn't
close
a
to you
choice.
died, and you like, oh man, I gotta cancel my
hit
appointment.
No.
Is that what you think?
No, you don't. No. And you don't have to think that. But the fact of the matter is, the problem with small business owners sometimes.
Go with that energy. Save yourself.
The problem with small business owners because they don't have like large staffs and stuff like that. Like, everything that they do and everything that they miss is an inconvenience. It's a convenience fee because people will make appointments, not show up, all of this stuff. It is a non-refundable deposit. I'm sorry, sweetheart, you had a death in your family. Bitch, I'll send you a card before I send you back your money. You're not my friend. Like, we're not friends. Like, if you were my friend, but it doesn't fucking, niggas die every day. So, and then you can't even really verify, like, oh, send me his fucking obituary so I can give you back. Like, anybody could be scamming you, like, oh, somebody died, can I get, like, you never know. People lie for all types of reasons. It's a non-refundable deposit. I'm pretty sure it was like $50. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry for your loss, but your loss has nothing to do with my business. This is my business. This is how I eat. What if something happened in my family tomorrow and I'm giving everybody back fucking deposits because everybody just died yesterday? Like, what the fuck you want from me?
Listen,
I'm sorry.
If you're in the service industry and you provide a service, sometimes you gotta be a human being. And even for Airbnb, I do that sometimes outside of the cancellation policy. I'll be like, I have every right not to give you nothing back. But sometimes, like, as a human being, like, yo, I get it. It's $50 fucking. Like, just for the sake of being
y'all are saying talking about $50. You don't know it. I don't doubt Shorty's reaching out for $50.
Maybe it's not $50, but
it's probably $150.
Whatever it is.
I doubt
if you had a death in the family the same day as your appointment, I'm gonna go on the side of being a human being in that moment and be like, you know what? I didn't provide the service for you. So it's not like I'm giving you something for free. Maybe I was inconvenienced because I came there and I waited for you and I missed out on some other opportunities, but I didn't provide the service for you.
No show.
You had a death in the family that day.
But I don't know. I cannot verify.
I mean,
it. Like the only way that I would let that fly is if you were a regular. Right?
Okay.
So if you're a regular...
And I've already gotten a lot of money from you. I don't want to lose that business.
Like, if that happened to me with my stylist, she's been doing my wigs for years. She would understand because we've built a rapport. That's not going to be the same energy for somebody that's brand new. Mama, I don't know you.
So what's the situation?
One thing that I do realize is that the internet, and we're doing that now, Dodge, you're doing that now, always applies the worst to situations.
Not really.
You the same way I was talking about with Shorty that was trying to talking about she was stealing the man from his girlfriend because she didn't appreciate him. They already went to he's talking to this girl, he's doing this, he's doing that. Like, y'all don't know. She might just be observing this nigga and thinking that his girl don't appreciate him and she could do better. And the same thing is this. We don't know what their relationship is. We don't know.
I can't see somebody having a rapport with a client responding like that.
You don't see that. So this has got to be some internet chick that's just.
No, I believe that she probably booked an appointment with somebody that she saw and she liked their work, and then she had an unforeseen circumstance. But I don't believe that they probably had a very well established client stylist rapport, because then it probably would have been met with more empathy. I don't know you. I don't know your situation. I'm sorry for your loss, but this is my business. You can't request a refund after you did a no-call, no-show and inconvenience me and my time.
For a death in the family?
I don't know this. I cannot verify
Some things you just got to just take. You're running a business. I got to give my client the benefit of the doubt here, especially when it comes to death. If you're lying about this, then that's your karma. You got to deal with that with your God. But I'm going to assume that you're not lying about the death.
We can say that, and you can say that because, like you said, you're Airbnb. You getting bread off that. No offense, no disrespect to you.
No.
But it's like that's just.
You don't think
you don't know this woman's situation,
right?
You don't know her situation. I actually agree with you. I would, but guess what? I'm in a privileged situation. I'm speaking from my wallet, speaking from my bank account. We don't know this woman's situation. She's brought up gas. She brought up whatever travel. We don't know what she went through in this situation.
I'm thinking about karma. I'm thinking about going forward. Like, this is my business. I want to put good energy out there.
When I was dead pop,
you know,
karma was the last thing on my mind when I ain't have shit else.
When you're running business, you got to think about that. You got to think about Yelp reviews. You got to think about how you treat your customers.
Oh, you really fuck with the white folks.
It's not about the white folks. It's about
Yelp. Black people don't Yelp.
You don't do. If you do people dirty, you gonna get dirt in response. It's just that's you running a business. You worried about money? Like, yeah. You gotta think past today.
Our next submission, in this week and these bitches, Trav just wrote, "Women hate men," as a caption. I'm interested to see what exactly he's talking about. Let me see here. Let me open this up. This is Dame Dash talking. And then we have this.
Social media men ain't shit. They don't exist. You get them, get what you want from them, throw them to the curb. They're really feeding that mentality. We are really being brainwashed.
You an example of
yeah,
this.
like, I have no emotions toward at all.
Women that's happy with their man still saying the same shit. How you happy at home, but you talking about
because on social media, it's just a world. You could be in the illest relationship, happy, everything. You gonna write that post laying next to him like, these ain't shit. This the whole time you laying next to him, man just bought you 100 roses, all types of shit.
What do we think?
According to social media, men ain't shit.
According to social media, as y'all heard just now, men ain't shit. I agree 1,000%. I think there's a war on men from social media. I think that women have gotten a hold of the what's that glove that Thanos had?
Gauntlet.
The gauntlet of power. Yeah, and they're just
Gauntlet.
going crazy. They don't know. It's too much power. And I was saying this about the rap girls too. It's just all these rap females is coming out. It's because now it's the thing, right? The ladies are in power, and they don't know what to do. That's why they're fighting with each other now. There's too much power. This is what I was trying to go to with the when I was talking about the ladies, because it's too much fucking power, and now they're this self-destructing. It's literally when Iron Man got the gauntlet. And he tried to use that power, and he fried himself and killed himself. I believe that's what women are doing. Go ahead, Josh. Yo, Toro, did it make sense though? It's too much. It's way too much power. The ladies have gotten the power, and they are trying to use it, and it's going crazy.
I don't agree.
Of course not.
Fully.
Okay, I'm with that.
And here's why.
I love when you start talking. You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I just want y'all to know. I am a competitor. I realize that on this podcast, I've been getting my ass kicked for almost a year, something like that. Because before that, we would battle. Before she actually like grabbed Mjolnir, what's that Thor's hammer? Mjolnir, whatever fucking Mjolnir.
I know what
you know,
about.
we were battling, but it's been pretty consistent. She's been kicking my ass, right? So I go back and I listen to how she speaks, and I realize that when Dodge speaks, she speaks like this. So that you niggas understand. Because I'm realizing that it's the way she speaks that is kicking my ass. And I'm going to tell you why. Go ahead. Yo, I really had to sit back. I was like, why is she kicking my ass like this? And it's her inflection and the way she breaks down what she's about to say. Go ahead. I had to. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Go ahead.
I don't agree fully, because what I think is happening is I think that men have been trashed for so long, and we didn't really have a public space to really speak on it outside of like girls' nights or whatever. Like I'm talking about big social media. We didn't really have a space to talk about it. And I feel like sometimes when we find ourselves in relationships or situationships with niggas, we feel like we're alone, or we feel like these are like isolated incidents. And then you get on social media and you realize these incidents are not isolated. Like niggas across the board, like niggas will do something and like all women will have had a similar experience and be like, yo, so these niggas is really out here wilding. Like, and I think that social media is putting a magnifying glass on the ain't shit behaviors. And a lot of men are trying to push back against it, which is inadvertently making y'all better, because nobody wants to be in that category. Nobody wants to be the ain't shit nigga. Nobody wants to be the next nigga on the Summer Jam screen and everybody talking about how ain't shit you are because you did So I feel like yes and no. I feel like when we talk about how niggas ain't shit, we're talking about experiences that we've had and relating to each other on those experiences.
Trauma bonding. But then I also think that I can lay in the bed with my nigga and really tweet, and I do shit like that, like yo, and I tweeted this shit the other day. Talking about, though.
I tweeted this shit the other day, and I was like, yo, y'all niggas really suck. Not mine though, but y'all niggas suck, because I'm on the internet and I'm reading these different experiences from women, and I'm just like, yo, this is fucking crazy. Like, this shit sucks. I'm sorry for y'all. I'm sorry that there's so many ain't shit niggas out there. It's not that they're not any good men.
But
I
your
think it's
nigga
so
is
many...
like Papoose.
My nigga's like Papoose.
Like, I was thinking about this the other day, and I saw Remy talking. I was like, Drew is Papoose. Drew does the bid with her. and goes there and makes sure she has care packages and doesn't fuck nobody the whole time unless she lets him. And she's like, "Oh, how was the sex?" Like they have that
So
kind of trust, honesty, relationship. I saw the tweets and all that, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know how he grew up or what he's been through that's allowed him to give that much of himself to his relationship, but." And this isn't an excuse. Most men don't have that much of themselves that they're free to give.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, and I envy that, right? Remember one day you said you're jealous. Not of your relationship, but more of the fact that he's able to give that much of himself to his relationship without fear of losing himself or what he's hold on dear to. Most niggas is holding on dear to masculinity, ego, pride, self, whatever it is, pain, vulnerability. We're like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't let that go. I'm scared. Like, what does it look like on the other side? Reminiscent of what Marquise was saying. What does it look like? Most of us ain't there. And so when I said it's not excuses, because that's how we was raised.
Yeah.
That's the shit that we've been through. And women exhibit how they were raised and what they were been through in their own ways, but we do it in our ways. And it's very damaging to the connections that we make going forward. It's very damaging to the relationships that we, procreate. Procreate? Is the right word?
I don't know. Finish the sentence.
Going forward. It's being able to build.
Yeah.
How much you can actually, of yourself, you can actually put into it. And how much you're faking.
Yeah.
How much you're just like.
But I feel like that's also like part of the problem. I feel like as Black people in America, we go through so much.
We do.
As Black women in America, we go through so much. And for all of us to be able to trauma bond on our horrific experiences with men.
That's not always great though.
But what I'm saying, like the fact that we're even able to do it, it's just like, damn, like, I don't believe that there are women that solely just want to be alone. I feel like there are women that have convinced themselves that I can do bad by myself. Being alone is better than what I've seen and what I've experienced. And I think that that's the saddest part.
Nuance.
Which is why we're like...
Nuance.
Yeah, which is like, it's like, yo, like niggas ain't shit, because like I've given what I could give. I've given my all to somebody in one way or another, or even to multiple people, and I've constantly been given like the shit end of the sick. So it's terrifying.
I'm using this word because this also applies to where she falls at in the game. Like there are other things that could be affecting the way she views herself and how she identifies in relationships or dating. Yeah. She might not have a great view of herself, which makes her own the power that she can have, and which is innate or dislike. And now when y'all are trauma bonding, you're talking to somebody that doesn't have the worth, education, what presentation, whatever it is that you have. But all she can give in this conversation is her objective, which is a lot worse than yours. What, Tron?
Well, when I hear shit like this, where women be like, niggas ain't shit.
Thank you.
Sometimes it reminds me of Cat Williams when he was like, oh, maybe you got ain't shit pussy, right?
Yeah.
What type of niggas are you attracting and why? Have you looked in the mirror? What's the common denominator in all the niggas in your life that haven't been shit, right? So that's one thing. The other thing that bothers me about this, you got a good nigga next to you and you over here talking about niggas ain't shit. There's something about that rubs me the wrong way, only because it's like, I could look at, when somebody asks me, like, what are my thoughts on Black women, I'm immediately going to think about the positive Black women in my life.
Absolutely.
I'm always the person that's looking at the better qualities that you have, and I'm not going to look at the worst qualities in a person or in a group of people. So to have an example of a good nigga right next to you and then to generalize that niggas ain't shit is just a little strange to me. I can understand if recently somebody that you really trusted let you down and you don't got no good niggas in your life and you tweet that, that's one thing. But to have a good nigga next to you and then run with that narrative.
Showing us Like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm doing great. I don't live in Brooklyn anymore. I'm in Jersey.
Stop.
Oh, look at my life. It's so good. It wasn't great, but now it's great. What did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve this? That's what Dodge does. So yeah, I can understand why she does that, because this is another version of what did I do to deserve this? Because y'all bitches is fucked up with them niggas, but I got the greatest nigga over here.
No, it's not that. I feel like there's a lot of things that I don't say, and there's a lot of things that I don't do, because I do feel like sometimes it comes off like braggadocious, and it's not. Like, I'm sharing my experience, and I've had so many bad experiences that I'm just like basking in the good. Like, I can finally kind of like exhale, and I'm not so tense, and I'm not so, the walls that I had, they're not so like up. So I'm just like celebrating that in a way. But when I'm saying that niggas ain't shit, I'm reading things. It's in response to, right? So sometimes I'm going through tweets or whatever, or I just got a text message from the group chat and we're talking about specific things, and I'm just like, fuck, I'm lucky as shit. Like, I don't want to be there. Like, these niggas out here is wild. Or you see like these different threads of like, this is what dating looks like nowadays, and I'm just like, whoa.
When I see that people are wild.
God
like
damn.
On both sides. Like,
yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
you see a lot of women do it. Like, you know that page, I think it's called like six brown chicks or whatever, and they come out with like these little stories, and I'm reading
like,
these shits, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Even going to the situationship in this pee in the dating pool, and you read these conversations, and I'm like, yo, everybody is fucking insane.
Nuts.
Like, y'all niggas are bugging.
But the other
And
flip side of that, I purposely don't read some of that.
Oh,
it's
it's
like
just
the
so
same way
entertaining.
I don't watch the news. Because
Neither.
why? It's bad news constantly. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
going
true.
to seep.
It's always been like
I
that.
call it the bad news. Like when, my pops always watches the news. I'm like, it's nothing but bad news. You would think you would lose faith in humanity watching this shit every day.
I don't think
Speaking
it makes
of
me lose
bad
faith.
news,
Go ahead.
I want to move on because we are out of time. And we still have a few things left. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we will not be doing a 4-hour episode today. All right. The shame on you is the jury rejected the death penalty of the Parkland shooter, the young man that went into the supermarket, killed 17 people.
What state was that in again?
It was upstate.
That was in New York.
That was in New York?
Let me
Buffalo?
see. I'm gonna
Is that Parkland?
I didn't even know New York had
I
the
thought
death
that was the
penalty.
one with the kids.
Jury rejects the death penalty for the shooter in the 2018 massacre that left 17 dead at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. The decision means he will get life in prison when sentenced by a judge. You're right.
Why is this a shame on you? Why are people? I don't understand why people are
Jury.
upset about this.
He shouldn't get the death penalty for killing.
I don't believe in the death penalty, and not because I don't believe in like taking human life and shit like that, because I really think that some niggas need to die. But I would rather you live the rest of your life in prison, and you have to continue to live and relive and rethink about all of the shit that you did. I'd rather you kill yourself before the state kills you, because I want you alive. You gonna eat this, nigga. You don't get to just die. You don't get to do 2 years and die. Nah, you gonna do
like
50.
10. I think it's like 10, 12 years.
Like, nah, you gonna do them years, and you gonna sit up on that shit.
I understand.
Like, cause he's getting life without the possibility of parole. Yeah, eat that. I want you to be 70 years old in your jail cell. Your whole life has passed you by. I don't want you to die at 35.
I understand your sentiments, but according to the justice system, the most extreme
Yeah.
case that I can give you is the death penalty. That's the most extreme circumstance I can give
extreme and
you.
egregious,
So
yes.
I don't believe in the death penalty either, right? But if you commit a crime in a death penalty state
yeah.
like Florida, and your crime is so egregious,
It is.
I'm wondering why you didn't get the death penalty. Regardless of my feelings on
Yeah.
it, regardless if I think it's more suffering on the other side, it has to do with justice now. And
There's no justice in this
how are
country.
you
They don't give a
measuring?
fuck about these kids.
That's my problem with
Yeah,
it.
they don't
How are
care.
you measuring why this person shouldn't get the death penalty
Yeah,
when
that's
you
what I wanna
know
know.
somebody that looked like us or may have committed a different type of crime would get the death penalty and this person not be? So that's justice.
So
is
yeah,
what's,
who does get the death penalty?
you know what I mean? If this nigga don't get the death penalty, then who does?
I I would not have expected him to get the death penalty because there have been mass shootings in school since I was a child and nobody has done much of shit about it. Columbine was what, 97?
Nasty.
98?
Nasty.
This is my whole entire life. I was in elementary school when Columbine happened. So, yeah, I was in elementary school when Columbine happened. So with that being said, that now all of this time later, and there have been dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of other school shootings to the point that you got fucking kids walking around with bulletproof backpacks. They trying to give teachers guns. They have fucking reinforcements in the fucking doors and all of, like, y'all did everything but make legislation for the last almost 20 years. What are you expecting from the people in this country? They value their guns more than they value lives, more than they value children, more than they value anything.
I understand everything they're saying. I still don't understand who gets the death penalty. If he doesn't get the death penalty,
a nigga. Bet you a nigga get it first.
And that's the problem. So this is the problem is about the justice in this, not about would he suffer more living in prison. I understand your sentiments, but the issue that I have is, where's the justice? Like,
there's no justice. This shit happened almost 10 years ago, and he's just now getting sentenced to anything. The family is just now, the families that are still a part of the lawsuit that were able to hold on for this long, they're just now getting like some type of like compensation for the deaths of their children. All of this is happening just now. These niggas ain't give a fuck. Niggas is getting shot up in schools every other day.
All right. Again, the only question that I have towards this is who does get it, right? So I would do a little bit of research on who has gotten the death penalty, and you know what is the difference. But I believe a jury decided this, right? It's not like the state decided this. It's not like the feds decided this. The people decided this. They went in the room and they decided what they wanted, and we also talking about Florida. So that being what it is. Not going to put too much more thought into that. Now, there's another shooting that went on, but we have gone on way too far. So let's get into cap and no cap because we still have a few other things to deal with. Again, I'd like to thank the So Shameless team for coming up with these cap and no caps. You guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you for sharing so much to the internet. I see what you're doing, and I appreciate it so much. And our first submission is from Justin the Boy.
Jesus.
Thank you, Chelsea. She's going to be like, that wasn't me. Meeting someone new around their birthday might be tricky. Because who you fucking that night? Respectfully. Cap or no cap?
No cap.
No cap. And
Y'all be thinking about shit?
I would add to that, like, the gift situation.
Right. Am I supposed, like, what am I supposed to buy you? I just met you.
What am I supposed to do for you for your birthday? I just met you.
If you're you really like Shorty and you met Shorty 2 weeks ago, what do you do for her birthday?
Edible arrangements. Bouquet of flowers.
Never.
That's it.
Absolutely not.
Why? I just met you.
I'm a trick.
Well, you overcompensate for you with your money.
I do, but I'm not giving you an edible arrangement.
If I really like Shorty, well, I mean, y'all already know, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm not the gift giver, but I'll take I'll spend some money on you. We could go out and have, I really like you. It's your birthday.
Dinner.
2 weeks?
Dinner
I'm
and
fucking
flowers.
you that night. 2 weeks?
Right, yeah.
I'm fucking
and
you
I
that
really
night.
like you? Absolutely.
So wait, what if you go out? Why are you looking? What is that about?
I'm just thinking about my past life.
Exactly. Because mad,
I've done some
what are you
wild,
talking
grimy
about?
shit.
Fucking mad niggas that night?
Nah, I remember I had an event one time. I had a Bell's Bar event, and I had a couple of my niggas there, and everybody's leaving, but my niggas is all staying.
They trying to figure it
and
out.
I'm confused.
Mm-hmm.
So by the end
You
of the
left for
night,
Thule.
I'm at the bar, and I got a nigga on it's a nigga on this side, it's a nigga in the middle, it's a nigga on this side, and everybody's like, "You coming to my house tonight?" And I'm like, let me go home first and I'll meet you later. And 2 of them I told I fell asleep, and then I went with one. But that's a tough decision to make. Like, yo, who am I fucking tonight?
So how did you choose?
Who had the best dick?
So you was fucking all 3 of them niggas.
at a point in my life.
Yo, I had to, that shit happened to me after a house party. Cause it's just weird. You at your crib.
You at your crib. That's different.
You at your crib and everybody's leaving, and you got a few people that's cleaning up. And next thing you know, like your shorties are there cleaning up. You like, oh man, I had to leave my crib.
Where'd you go? Where'd you tell them you was going?
I had to go. I had to act like I was dropping somebody off somewhere or helping somebody. I had to go somewhere. I had to take somebody somewhere. Like, I'm leaving.
So y'all gotta leave too.
And they didn't say, "I'll wait for you here."
I don't remember exactly how it went, but it worked out. Because
sometimes you gotta remove yourself to stop other bullshit from happening.
I'm getting out of this kitchen. It's too hot.
Yeah.
Cap or no cap? I don't like this one. It's nasty. You can tell when someone been talking about you. Even they kids be acting funny. Cap or no cap?
No cap.
It's probably no cap, but
I'm not going to talk shit. I've never been through that, but I'm pretty sure.
I've been involved in a situation very recently where I was looking at somebody and I was just like, something's not right. I just don't like their energy. Mm-hmm. And me and that person only has relations through somebody else. Mm-hmm. And it's just the way that our initial, now me and this person has never had no real dealings, but the first time we met, mad energy, love. Yo, was good. Everything was love. Mm-hmm. And the next two times, very standoffish. Something's not right. I'm going to call no cap just because of that. Now, it's not kids, but yeah, when you got an issue with one person, the person that they know, the people that they know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And you can feel the energy through them. Yes. No cap all day. Mm-hmm. Y'all get it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cap or no cap? Somebody with your ex right now realizing why you left.
No fucking cap. Yo, my homegirl just tweeted some shit today like that. Like, she said something like, all these bitches wanted to be in my position so bad. Haha. Joke's on you.
Have fun with that.
That's your nigga now.
You ever break up with somebody that everybody asks you, oh, why did y'all break up? Why did you break up? And you know what it is. You don't say nothing.
Nope.
But you know what they new motherfuckers is going through. You like, man,
I just went through it. Didn't I just go through this?
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
I just went through this. I'm like, that's your nigga now.
Cap or no cap? Torah Sense, that's TORAHCENTS, says, agreeing to be exclusive with the first man who pays you a little bit of attention ain't it. Date multiple men at a time to explore your options, discover your desires, and uncover your unique needs. You'll find more than just a man, but the right man for you.
No cap. Absolutely.
I think that's too easy.
Look at Trump.
I'm gonna say the only reason why I'm gonna say cap because you could accomplish the same thing without dating them at the same time. Not everybody's built for that. Some people are only built to date one person at a time.
That's what they take.
And you don't need to exclude that person in those thoughts. You could still date multiple people, but not at the same time.
Big cap.
And have the same.
Yep.
It's like buying a house. It's like when I was looking for a house, the first house that I saw, I was like, oh, I want this. But my mom was like, nah, you need to look around, see what's out there first. I've seen 15 houses before I could compare and make the difference. That don't mean you gotta run through them all in one day.
The problem is when you're dating somebody, you're fucking them for one. You get used to a certain type of energy from them that they're still feeding you a certain thing that is raising your levels of dopamine. You're getting hype off them, and you're willing to accept less because it's still doing more than you had when you didn't have anything. And that's a problem, right? So, and you become dependent on that rise in dopamine to your system. This is scientific. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people is out here that don't have nobody. So if you have one person, you depend on them for all of what you get from a potential suitor. Versus when you have multiple people and you're able to gauge them on a scale and say, yo, you know what? I actually like my interactions with this person way more. And it isn't all you have in that.
I agree with you. And that works for me. But I'm just trying. I'm trying to be empathetic for people that don't date like that.
Yeah, but that's not a healthy way of dating because
no,
normally that is reserved for women. Women, based on societal standards, normally date one person at a time because they don't want to seem right. You're a hoe, but most people don't do that. Don't do that.
Reformed.
Okay,
I've changed.
Thank you.
Because you tried to tell me on the same couch that I wasn't a hoe
wait,
when I told you.
He's gonna cut it off at you're a hoe.
Right there.
Cap or no cap? To you, he's cap or no cap? To you, that's the fucking Cabernet. And don't do that. You talking about how I can't take a couple shots of fucking sangria and it's gonna be different? It's different for me. You're drinking tequila, you're good. I'm stuttering off a fucking Cabernet. Don't do that. Cap or no cap? To you, he's inconsistent. To him, you're not worth the effort.
No cap. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Tron. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. It could go either way. I ain't gonna front.
If you're not on my body, I don't want you. It's a fact. If you wishy-washy, I don't want you. I need you to know.
How you gonna be consistent when you're dating other people? Like y'all said you should do.
You can be.
You can be consistent. You can tell people what you want and be like, yo, yeah, I mean, I'm dating. I'm not available tonight. I'm available Thursday.
Yeah. One of my best toxic compliments I've ever gotten from a man was, he said to me, Daj, you're dangerous because you have the ability to make everybody feel like they're the only one, even though they know that they're not.
Yeah.
It's a fact. There's no such thing. Like, if I like you, there's no such thing as inconsistencies. Like, nobody is that busy. That's what I used to say, like, when I was dating and, like, niggas would get, like, wishy-washy. Like, nobody's that busy. You make time for what you want to make time for. Because in the midst of all the shit that I do, I still find a way to make time to answer a text message. Or I make time to make a date. Or I make time to link you. If you're consistently inconsistent, you just don't fuck with me like that. And that's fine.
Nah, you right.
I know.
I was inconsistent, but I made it seem more consistent than it actually
really
was.
Yeah.
Because you can't be consistent when you got a
Nah,
rotation.
don't look at me like that, Daj.
I want to know what you're thinking about.
When you really fuck with somebody, ain't no such thing as inconsistent.
Yeah.
Unless
what?
You're apprehensive of how they interpret how much you fuck with them. If I know you're a girl that gets a considerable amount of attention, and to me, attention may be too much attention might make you feel like I'm too on you. I might not give that much attention. I might pull back.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to think I ain't got no
but
options.
That's not inconsistent. That's like.
It can
that's
be.
That's just pulling back.
It can be. To you, the receiver may seem like, yo, you not hitting me like that. You're not on my body like that.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm doing that on purpose because I don't want you to think you ain't gonna trick me
really
out my position in this dating shit and
then
make
you really
me.
Don't fuck with me.
I do.
No, you don't because if you feel that way, then that means that you're battling a choice that you might feel like you have to
I'm not
make.
sure if you want that type of consistency.
Then that's a communication problem, and I definitely don't want you then.
What is the communication? Why?
Have a conversation with me.
How?
Like, what do you mean? Before you pull back because you are interpreting that I might possibly feel like this, that, or the
I know
third,
you're dating
just
multiple
ask me.
people.
Just ask me.
I don't want to be on your body crazy if I know that you still shopping around. I don't know what you want. I'm not
Ask
sure.
me.
You talking about you dating? You are judging me for that. That could be on you.
But the difference between me and a lot of other people is like I let niggas know.
You're speaking personally. Stop
Yeah,
doing that.
I cannot help but to speak personally. I can't speak for everybody. I let niggas know, like when I used to be single and I'm like, yo, I'm single for the next 2 years. I don't give a fuck what nigga come in my space. I'm not getting in a relationship for 2 years. If you want to stay, you could stay. If you want to go, you could go.
What are you talking? I've been here.
Yeah.
You've never been single for 2 years.
Yes, I have. Stop equating
stop.
me with
Son,
being with niggas
stop.
and making it seem like they was my boyfriends.
You was like, this is my boyfriend.
You a fucking black ass lie.
I am brown.
I would say that this is my nigga, but I would never say that this is my boy. I'm very specific with my words.
I just wanna...
You Tahoe, we've been friends for almost a decade. In that decade, I have had 3 boyfriends.
About 3. Not 4.
3.
1, glasses, light skin.
Really doing
baby
a rundown?
father.
You never
It's
met
4.
my baby father.
Yeah. Well, I came to Bell's Bar and he was there and you was kissing him and shit.
So you, all right. So
that's 4.
Who's 4? There's no 4.
The skinny one, the tall
What
one.
skinny one?
He was a skinny brown skin one. He was not your complexion, but he was a little lighter. He
The bald one?
I don't know, but he was little. He wasn't little, but he was small. Then you had the tall one that you was really with.
The one from.
I don't know where he's from, but I know he was brown skin like us, and he was a little taller. Then you had
None
baby
of them
father,
niggas was my boyfriends.
and now you have the short guy again. Don't do that. I'm just kidding.
None of them
I
niggas
loved
was my
you. I loved you.
boyfriends.
Oh, now none of them was all right.
No, those was my.
She's
those was the
deleting
niggas.
bodies.
I'm not. No,
Those
those
all
were
her
the.
boyfriends.
Those
She
were the
introduced-
men
walk me
that I
over.
was
I would
dating.
want you to meet my
nigga.
man.
I want you to meet my nigga. I never said my man. I've never said that.
I mean,
it was Drew.
My nigga
It was
kinda,
baby. No. Because
She's
that's,
walking her friends over there to meet
my
this
nigga.
random nigga.
Yes.
Bringing the nigga
meet
in.
my nigga?
This
Yeah.
nigga.
That's that.
if you ain't never meet my father, you definitely not my
Yo,
man.
to all the people that listen to So Shameless, I want
Listen.
you to understand how she moves the goalposts. You see
I'm
what's
not
going
moving
on?
the
I want you to meet
goalposts.
my nigga versus I want you to meet my man.
All right, so when
What am I
so when
supposed to think
y'all
as a
when y'all
friend?
was dating, right? And you have a shorty, you have a girl that you're dating that's not your girlfriend, and your friends are around, you were like, hi, da-da-da, this is my shorty, such and such, not my girlfriend. What are you gonna call
She
her?
only gets that introduction if y'all cross paths. I don't grab you by the hand and walk you over to meet them.
But I introduced
You
not
grab
for,
me by my hand and
I don't
walked
even know
me
who-
over to
the
meet
crazy
them.
thing is, I don't even know what nigga he talking about. That's the
That's
sad part.
crazy.
I don't
but
know these niggas.
That's you on
But the
you
fact-
and your God, as Trump said. Let's move on.
Who was the fuck was my boyfriend?
Cap or no cap, don't flirt with me because you're gonna fall in love, and I'm not.
No fucking cap. Don't fucking flirt with me, bro.
Yeah, I'm good at flirting.
I'm such a great flirt.
I'm good
It's
at flirting.
bad.
I will have you thinking I'm really on you.
Yeah, same. And then I'll go home and I feel no way.
Dead in your eyes, looking like,
Yeah.
yo, I want to take care of you.
I
shit.
rub your shoulders and shit. I'm not accommodating. You want a drink? Come with me to the bar. Let's take a shot.
All
I'm
that
just flirty.
that you're paying
Yeah,
for.
I say no cap.
Cap or no cap, at Real Pretty Brown. By the way, I don't know what this girl looks like, but her fucking at name is ridiculous. I love that. At Real Pretty Brown. About to go look at her picture. I guarantee it doesn't match the name.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't care who you are opening. I don't care who you are opening your phone, going to Instagram, looking into the camera, recording yourself as you cry and posting it is fucking lame as fuck, and you look dumb.
You look dumb as shit. Stop looking stupid on the internet.
Yeah, that's wild. You don't agree?
I do agree.
I did that before, by the way.
When the fuck did you do that?
When I found out my mom had cancer.
That's different.
This is 10 years ago.
That's brand new
that is
internet.
And that was brand new. I didn't realize what I was getting from it. But I was literally just going through some wild shit. And I don't know. I don't know why I did it. But I remember doing it. And I don't know if the picture's still up there. Cap or no cap, at dad, at law. Kids be like, I see you just made yourself comfortable. I have manufactured several emergencies requiring your immediate attention.
Son, don't remind me of my household. Cause that's that nigga, yo. Like I'll just be like, yo,
Are you talking about my
Parker.
goddaughter?
No, I'm talking about
My niece.
niece?
My bad.
Oh my god. Keep going, cause I got something to say.
I'm about to change the topic. So if you have something to say, you can say it.
Congratulations on being on Fox Soul.
That was great. Even got my ass dragged by
both of
some
y'all.
weird dude.
Nah, I watched both of y'all. That shit was
Comical?
Yeah.
Yo.
No. So first of all, I applaud you for being an ally and defending transgender as a heterosexual. Like you didn't even make
Even
it
though
clear
you said
that
you
you
were
were
not
heterosexual until
heterosexual.
later in the episode, which I thought was well played, right? And the dude, Mark, whatever, the comedian that wasn't funny, was just ignorant.
Yo.
And you were the perfect person to set him straight because everybody else was trans or
Yeah.
in that community. You know what I mean? It was just dope.
That shit was fucking. This nigga
hilarious.
called him Bobby Valentino.
Call me
This-
hoe.
Malik Yoba.
This
Malik
nigga called
Yoba.
you
Wow. I was like, oh, this what we
Yoba.
doing?
This nigga said that he was a hoe.
Yeah,
Me and Hope was on the phone cackling the next day.
Why?
That shit was so fucking funny, bro.
Bro, he dragged me?
When
It wasn't funny.
This nigga Tahoe came out of nowhere, started stroking the bed. Yo, that was comedy at the highest level. But I'm so proud of you.
What was funny was when the dude played himself when he
Thought
said
the dude was
the
a
dude.
man.
Yeah, you like,
and
bro.
then you looked at the screen like, this. Like what now, nigga? Like you just let him play himself.
Yes.
You gave him just enough rope to hang himself. Like you handled it very gracefully. I liked it.
Well, I thought about it. What am I doing with this dude?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and be yelling this.
Yeah.
He's playing himself.
He made
There's
himself
no
look
reason
stupid.
for me to like. At some point, you just allow people to be.
Yeah.
Like, all right, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He's. There's no reason for me to join him in this battle. He was bugging out.
But I do want to say, in the 4 years that we've been on this podcast, you have grown.
Yeah,
and your
great.
thought process
Mm-hmm.
exponentially to
Thank
even
you.
be able to sit there and have that conversation.
wild.
That shit was fucking amazing to me. Like you are.
That's you though. Sorry, Tron.
No, it was amazing. And
It was a
Parker,
what would Dodge do?
The way Parker went off, she's like, "Uncle, that's my uncle. My uncle's on that TV." I'm like, "You sure?" She's like, "Yes." It was
Yeah.
so cute.
I will say I've learned from both of y'all. Tron, I think about how you behave in certain situations often. So just because I'm saying, it wasn't you in this situation, but I was looking at this as to what would Dodge do.
Listen,
And
I learned a lot from Doug. I learned from both of y'all, but like being articulate and being able to like the way you handled yourself on there, talking to the pastor and everything. Like I enjoy. Like I'm watching this shit. Like yo, this
He's
my
nigga.
my
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm like
and then people was like, "Oh, you didn't mention Tron at the end." I was like, "Yo, I had 5 seconds left, and I had to go into hard or soft." It wasn't. I didn't mean to.
I didn't even feel the ways because it was relevant because Dodge was just
on
on
there. That's
so
the
you was
only
like,
reason I did it to connect to
Dodge,
that.
Yeah, Dodge.
You try to play it.
Nah,
I was like, yo,
why
you.
I was like the only.
my
I
boy.
said it. I said because I wanted them to connect
That
to
I
what
was
you
just
did
there.
before.
Like, oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We just
That's
had somebody
exactly
that
what I
was
was
dope on the show from social.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Okay, I see the connection. I took it that
That's
way. Absolutely.
This is why we're talking about. See, when I'm talking about how niggas are versus the women, it's the microwave situation all over again. Because it was her. She's like, you mentioned Tron, you ain't mentioned me, and I'd have had to go through all that and say all that, but you got it from the door.
While we here, can I just want to mention something because Trav always points out when I'm not around, right? So, no,
I'm so sorry.
no, this is a perfect segue.
I'm so sorry.
It's a perfect segue because
I'm not gonna be here next Friday.
the reason why I'm not
How?
Trump talking.
the reason why I'm not around is because of how dope that y'all are.
What the fuck?
Let
Nigga,
me
we
explain.
need you.
Let me explain.
What in the hell
Because
is going on at this podcast right now?
I
She
recognize
quit. He's talking
that-
about not being around.
I recognize
Solo
that I'm the
episode coming
third
soon.
most important person on this podcast, right? So the schedule is never going to be built around when I'm available. If
Yes.
Dodge is only available on Fridays, but I'm a DJ and I got to travel
Yeah,
on Fridays,
that's true.
then I'm going to be the one that's going to be missing. So for Trav and listeners, they might look at it like Trump's not committed to the podcast.
Yeah.
So I want to let niggas know, like, it's not that. It's just that my schedule is not as important as Dodge's
Tron
schedule.
couldn't be here on Friday, but Dodge couldn't be here on Monday.
Right.
Yes.
And so we chose to record on
Chose to
Friday.
record on Friday. And I was
That's
like,
what
that's
we
the
chose.
better choice.
That was
And it's
the
like,
choice.
yo, I'm looking at y'all on Foxhole, like, yo, my co-host is fucking dope. I have no
There's
problem
no
being
reason
number
for you
3.
to do this.
Listen,
You already got it. You just got to defend your shit that you said around Isaiah
it
Washington.
kind of, but
This is the lesser of both
the only
evils
reason
by
why I
far.
brought it up is because the Foxhole shit reminded me of that. I'm on the podcast with 2 dope. It's like Busta Rhymes was the 3rd best MC in his high school. Busta
Yeah.
Rhymes is a fucking legend.
That's
But he went
so
to high
true.
school with
With
Jay-Z
Biggie
and
and Jay,
Biggie.
yeah.
He's the 3rd best
You
nigga.
good at that.
I'm okay with being the 3rd best nigga with y'all 2 here.
I don't think they're the third best.
I
mean,
think
I don't think
that
you're
you are
third
the
best.
necessary. You're not third. I think
I'm
me
the
and Tahoe
Draymond.
are together.
I'm the Draymond Green out of the big
I think
3.
me and Tahoe are together, and without you, this show does not function because we're too alike. It's
Well,
literally
I just
like
think that-
fucking a male and female mirror looking at each other. Like, we need you.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, is your energy is super appreciated, and what they're saying is, when you're not here, something is missing.
It is.
That's what they're saying, right? There's other people that can sit in and all that, but you are, you know, there is. Somebody said that water is the one thing that God created that we know the equation for, but you can't recreate. You understand what I'm saying? So we know the equation, but you can't put somebody else in there and it be what you bring.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that was good. I'm sorry.
That was dope.
That was really good.
But again, you
let's
better
move
be here
on.
next week.
Listener letters are not going to be in this week's episode of So Shameless. They will be on Patreon. And the reason why is because this episode is going so long, but they're really good. I'm telling you right now, I have 2 listener letters here that I want you. Matter of fact, the first one starts, I cheated on my wife. I didn't get caught or anything. And she cheated back. We will be reading this and posting it on the Patreon, which you can go and subscribe to at www.patreon.com/So Shameless Podcast. Sorry, y'all. Listen, this is a business. I have to do that. And besides, the fact is, these 2 next listener letters are going to go too long, and you've already been listening to this part of the episode longer than you've been listening to the first. So, Shameless.
I'm going to get another tequila. I'm going to go pee. We could do this, but I'm not coming next Friday. I got the baby. I'm not bringing her.
So, what are we supposed to do? Go to the bathroom.
Have a nigga episode. Y'all niggas be like, ugh. Oh my God. Fucking body hurts. Oh, that was a 4-hour episode.
No, it wasn't.
It was 2 2-hour episodes.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, the first one is 1:48. Then we broke for over a half an hour.
That was over a half an
Yeah.
Nah, EA cannot clip that Isaiah Washington shit.
Why? Because the way she went in, she went in.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
feel
work with
comfortable
kids.
with What I said.
Huh?
Normally, you know how I usually don't give a fuck, but I don't feel comfortable with the way that could be clipped.
What
up.
did it say? What did you say? You said, "Yo, okay."
You know what I mean?
I'll write
like
to him.
I'm defending Isaiah Washington in that moment. The way it could be clipped up could be wow. I don't want that type of smoke. I'm up for all types of smoke. If I said it, I said it. But this,
you can't send like a note to them, feeling like yo.
I'll text EA myself.
Nigga said, "I'll text him myself." Don't clip that. You're like, who is this? Nigga, it's Strong. Don't play with me. I understand that. I respect that.
And I normally wouldn't say nothing like that. I don't like compromising the integrity of the podcast. Like,
it's not compromising. Nigga, don't make up some viral shit. Nigga, I work with kids.
Right.
I thought about that immediately.
Yeah, it's just not.
You work with kids.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, Trump can't be. I just thought about the way that
Certain
social
shit
media
just
is.
can't go viral. You know what I mean? It's like.
Oh yeah, now certain shit can't come viral. Now certain shit just can't go viral.
I've been dragged before too.
Not like that. Okay, fuck you. I've been through some shit on this podcast in the last couple of days. What are you looking for?
A juice. I was happy you had a different juice other than orange.
I had lemonade. I ran out.
Orange juice and tequila is disgusting.
I was supposed to go to Courtney's shit.
You supposed to color code?
Nah, yo. I ain't gonna hold you. Mike calling you a lousy bitch is hilarious.
He didn't call me a lousy
Yeah,
bitch.
he wasn't cool.
He wasn't?
He was talking about the girl.
In the edit, it kind of looked like he was talking to you, but.
Oh, nah. He was talking about the girl. He was like, that's a lousy bitch. That nigga is sick in the head.
That was mad funny.
How old is this?
I was actually on the Zoom for that episode.
Yeah, we saw you.
But how do y'all see me when we don't have the comments up on the screen no more?
I don't remember how I saw you, but I saw you. All right, boom. We ready. It's outside, baby. We outside, baby. I realized that 50 Cent is closer to being one of my favorite rappers than I think I've ever stated. And the way I randomly rap 50 Cent bars is crazy. Now?
What do you mean when? Are you crazy? Have you not been here before?
Nah, I'm just usually like, oh, it's been too long of an episode, and we're gonna do. I didn't know we was doing it right now. I'm good for it. I just didn't know.
Oh, did you think that we were gonna come back?
I damn sure wasn't.
I didn't know, which is why I asked. I was like, well, what's the plans?
Nah, we gotta. This is the Patreon app.
It's just
so game night.
Next Friday.
Are we going Saturday?
Okay. Why'd your eye twitch? It's
Nigga, I just told you I'm not gonna be here next Friday. So why would game night be next Friday?
All right. Well, why wouldn't you be here?
I have my child. Andrew's at the firehouse.
A week ahead? Bring your child to your dad. All right, never mind.
How does that work in your head theoretically?
I don't know. I didn't think about it.
You did.
To be honest, I just said it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That means that
your dad can't watch it. You got a game night the next night, so your dad should just watch it for the 2 days.
She's going to Andrew's mom's house for the game night because we're already in Jersey. My dad had her last weekend.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. So why is that a thing for you, being that I'm giving you the same option that you used anyway?
What, my dad?
Mm-hmm. You used them last weekend.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that if I was to bring her to Brooklyn, we wouldn't start recording till like 7 o'clock.
So?
Why you don't value me? Nigga, I'm tired.
I'm telling you I value you by saying that you should be here. That's his value. So and also giving you an option that works.
From Newark, I got to go to Jersey City, pick Parker up in Jersey City, take Parker to my dad's house, come back here to record, go back to my dad's house. Your dad does not live that far. And go back to Jersey?
No, she stays with your dad till Sunday.
She's not staying with my dad.
She stays with your dad with your Sunday.
My father don't have a life? He don't got shit to do?
He's 70.
And you're 50.
Exactly. Why? No, he don't have a life.
Y'all be outside.
I can relate.
Nah, my father be outside. He got bitches and shit. Like, nah.
All I'm saying is let's work something out that works better. Because you have 7 days.
To do what?
Figure out a better plan than not being here.
Oh, I'm not coming.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm not going to be able to make the game night. I'm going to be in D.C.
I just left D.C. Why you wouldn't come to D.C. when I was
So let's record on Sunday.
After my game night. You think I'm... Remember when I came here last time hungover?
I'm going to be at your game night too.
I'm home. I'm going to be dead. Remember what happened last time I came here hungover?
No.
Throwing up and shit?
Is that what happened?
I remember that.
Why you don't respect me?
All right.
It's all right. Y'all niggas will be all right. Zoom me in.
I'll figure it out. As I always do.
Yep.
I could do Sunday if you could figure out.
When you going to D.C.?
I got a gig Saturday night in D.C.
And you going to be back on Sunday?
I was going to come back Sunday, but I could come back first thing Sunday. There's nothing out there. I mean, I could stay for a brunch or something, but I ain't really hyped. It's how a home.
She's telling us she doesn't want to record next week, period. And all of her understanding everything else that works on, she's saying, look, I'm throwing a game night. Sunday is my day off, and then I go to work Monday. Friday, I don't have the facilities. So what I'd like for you guys to do, since I'm here every day from Jersey, is to figure it out. That's what she's saying. And then she's saying, hey, 2 years ago, I told you don't pressure me when I tell you I'm not going to be there.
I have a toddler. I don't know what y'all niggas want from me.
I don't like that I have to always figure it out. I don't think I get
shit.
paid to figure it out.
You don't have to do shit. There's one or two things that can happen.
Which is what?
Trump by the way, invite a guest, or we could just not record next week.
And we lose the revenue from that.
I could get a guest.
Trump got it.
But, I mean...
Who's you going to get?
I was going to say...
Fucking Virgo. This is the shit that I be talking about.
The problem is getting a guest that... I mean, obviously, there's nobody's going to be on Dodge's level. So the only other option is to do an all-male episode.
I don't know why. I thought we agreed that you was going to do a single episode by yourself, and you was going to have the all-man episodes.
I have nothing to say. That's why I don't be recording videos. I don't be having shit to say no more.
Facts.
I just be like,
Somebody call Tariq. Want me to call him?
Reek is always a good option. All right, let's get these listener letters out the way for Patreon.
The Patreon, they get the audio or the video? Mel's.
Oh, we still gotta have. That
Yes, I know.
Patreon, they get the audio or the video.
Yeah, Mike, he eventually wants to be on here too. I don't know if he's a.
Like when we do extra stuff for the
replacement,
Patreon,
but,
is it just the audio or is it the video too?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I think it should be the video, not the audio, so they can see our reactions and shit, if it's possible. Let a nigga know. It's gonna be white people at my game night. I gotta tell all my nigga friends.
A lot of white people?
Yeah, I invited a couple white people. It's about to be fucking lit.
What type of games you playing?
I got Twister, big ass cards, Uno flip, drunk Uno, Connect 4, and I have 2 card games. Think I'm gonna play the card games at the beginning before niggas get drunk, because when niggas get drunk they be saying and doing dumb shit, and then you can't get niggas together to like coordinate the card game because they smacked. So I'm gonna start with the 2 card games, and then I'm gonna set my house up so that it's like stations, and everybody just go and frolic in these stations. And I bought like nice little decorations and shit. It's gonna be cute. You know, I know I'm trying to get into my housewife stage. I'm very dead ass serious about this.
Trying to get into my house. It's just this soft life. They have like it's just so many different lives. Has the Patreon been sitting here just listening to all of this?
You know they have.
I'd love to hear what they have to say. Dina's like, I'll do it. Dina's probably not even in there. Dina's changed since she got a booty. You didn't realize that? Dina be like, I'll be there when I be there. Listener letters. Trom, you all right? Why your eyes get that big?
Yeah, no, my eyes started burning a little bit out of nowhere.
You don't have contacts or anything like that no more, right?
I know. I'm like, is this some residual effect from the fucking surgery? I don't know.
I cheated on my wife. I didn't get caught or anything, but my guilt was killing me. So I told her about my horrible mistake. It was a fling at a bar on a work trip. Did not even get the lady's name. My wife said she loves me and forgives me. She didn't say that she was going to cheat back the following week with her high school fling. Now, I know I'm wrong, and I did this situation to my household. However, I cannot get over the fact that she cheated so nonchalantly. She did it with someone she almost married and has feelings for. She came home and slept with me right after, She came home and slept with me right after, then decides to tell me casually that morning over breakfast. My cheating was physical, where her cheating is mental. I'm all messed up over this, and she thinks I'm overreacting. Worst part is, he's my son's football coach.
Oh, hell no.
So I see this guy every week, and he gives me this look and smirk that I cannot stand. My wife swore it was just sex, which was what I said to her. I don't know what to make of all this.
Stop fucking with people, son. Y'all gotta stop fucking with women. Y'all do dumb shit, and we do shit 10 times worse. I'm not saying that this is an excuse. I'm not making it seem like it's a good thing, but I'm telling you, you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you 10 times harder.
Dope.
Sorry.
Dope. I have a problem. Go ahead, Tron.
Just gonna say, this may sound like, I don't know what this is gonna sound like, but there's just certain shit that I just wouldn't want my woman to have that type of mental way of thinking, right? To be able to have that capacity in you, like, Dan, you're not the type of woman that I want. Like, I'm not saying that.
Well, you cheated
right,
first,
exactly,
stupid.
right, exactly, and that's fair. If you can't deal with that, that's fair, right? But there's just certain shit I can't deal. I could deal with the fact that you cheated back, but you wanted to fuck this nigga. And now you found a reason. Like, this was a connection that you had, and you was like, I'm going back, right? Yep. You know what I mean?
Don't give me no reason.
And you knew that that's my son's football coach, and I got to see this nigga again? Like, nah.
I disagree.
That's wild.
I disagree.
I don't know if I could do that. Like,
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
One thing I will say, this isn't a listen letter. This is something that we pulled off of Twitter, and I sent to Trav, and he put it in the listener letter portion of the show, which I think I just want to make sure that people don't think that we're stealing from other platforms, right? This is something that the production team just put in there because they wanted us to respond to it. But it wasn't directed towards this podcast. I disagree with you because I don't think that she wanted to fuck the dude. She could have fucked him. She probably did fuck him. It's always been there. This was revenge. And revenge alone. She went to football and saw the dude that she always knew that you knew that she fucked with him back in the days. You knew she fucked with him back in the days, but she was your girl now. She's your wife now. That was dead to her. She even whatever relationship she had with, but he was also for one accessible, to a point to be proven.
Yep. Don't fucking
play
with me.
The same thing that Daz just said.
Stop
what was
playing
it?
with me. What?
What's the point?
Oh, if you gonna do something, I'm gonna do it 10 times worse. I'm gonna really get like, oh, you tried to. All right, now
you play with me.
You
play
fuck
with
out
me.
of here, nigga. Don't play with me.
And for that reason, I also do agree with you. As much as I disagreed with everything else you said, I can't fuck with a woman that's gonna do some shit like that as revenge. Not saying that she's wrong for it.
Exactly. That's my thoughts.
She's not wrong for needing to get her get back. But for me now, how do I, like?
Cause stop fucking playing with me. Because why are you out here cheating in the first place?
I did something. I told you about it.
All right, I'm gonna tell you too.
Facts. And you cheat with a nigga that's gonna look me in my face every week now. Like you did that. Like so now.
Because as grimy as you think you are, I could be worse.
Our relationship is ruined. So now, don't be honest. Traum is what she's telling me, because this is a work trip. There was no way that you was gonna find out about Shorty. I'm telling my wife that I'm a human being. Something just happened. I'm telling you something happened, right? Obviously, I'm not saying I'm right for it, but I'm saying for you to go to the levels that you took it to. For me, it's something that is now take it to hell. Then. And when shit is at an 8, we like to make it 10.
And I'm judging you for that. And
that's fine.
You're not my person because.
But I am your person because you knew that. You knew I have the capability. My nigga know I have the capability to take it to hell. So don't play with me because I'm going to take it to hell.
If you felt that way about the way I betrayed you, then let's just break up. If
we're married.
Hold on.
Ain't no breakup. We married.
Let's get a divorce. If your mentality is I need to get revenge, I'm like, nah. That just doesn't sit well with me.
I'm gonna hit you in the jugular. I'm gonna take it to hell.
So taking it to hell is something that you live with now?
Yeah. But see, my take it to hell or my former take it to hell was worse than that.
What's your former take it to hell?
I wouldn't say shit. My nigga cheat on me, like, all right, cool.
See, now
I'm gonna go fuck somebody, and I feel my validation comes from the fact that I know I got my get back, and the fact that you don't know. I like the fact that you don't know. I revel in the fact that you don't know, so that when you do some shit, because I always tell niggas, don't be upset, don't feel away when I'm spazzing. Feel away when I say nothing, because that means I did something.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm gonna take it to hell.
I understand that energy. I'm prepared for that energy before I tell you. So if I do something that's outlandish and you don't say nothing, I already knew where you was gonna go with it.
I sit there smiling your face.
I've encountered certain things in my life where I said, you know what? This is what happens on the other side of that. If I take this step, these are the options that can be taken to hurt me. It's like Battleship or Chess or whatever
I love
it
Battleship.
is.
That was my
right?
shit.
So you already have planned out the war. You know where you can be affected, where you can't be affected. So and it's crazy because we speak about Battleship because it's like a week.
The art of war.
It's the art of war.
War.
And so when I've done something, I'm paying attention to how you can affect me. And I pull my troops away. In love, if I'm telling you that, for me, I've already pulled my troops away. If you attack those places, you're just affirming the reason that it was important for me to tell you that so that I can know what you're willing to do. Now, once, like, honestly, you go fuck somebody and you don't tell me, to me, that's worse than telling me.
I know. I revel in that. I keep telling y'all, like, deep down in my soul, like, I have the soul of a villain.
But I know.
I think of some of the most strategic, mentally
But my thing is
debilitating
this:
things.
do you
like,
want your
don't
man
play
to
with
think
me.
like that you're capable of not telling him some shit that you did like that, even though he's being honest with you?
I want niggas to not play with me.
But he's being honest with you.
It depends on the conditions of our relationship.
Doesn't matter. He's being honest with you about how he feels, and you're now being dishonest.
It depends on why. Why are you being honest?
I was on a work trip. You're not gonna find out. I'm being honest because you're my wife, and I'm telling you what happened.
That could be it, or there could be several reasons why
Don't
a man
go.
comes clean.
Y'all always gotta go somewhere else. Why?
There are certain
because he didn't wear condom. You got gonorrhea.
I didn't think of that. That's not where I was going, but that is a reason, right? There could be it wasn't a safe transaction, or I think that men come clean before they're about to get outed, so they can kind of get the one up.
Y'all always think the worst.
I love
my wife. I'm telling you these things because I want you to know what's going on with me.
I don't know. I don't know because I've
like
never had sex with somebody by mistake. Like drunk, not drunk,
said that
smack,
you have.
By mistake.
It's not a mistake, but it's like, all right, well, pity pussy here, I'm here, fuck it.
There's a difference between. I'm not talking about pity pussy. I'm
It's
talking
in the
about a
same
mistake.
If we're talking about the feelings wheel, there's a pussy wheel, and under pussy wheel is, hey, all right, I'm here. Mistake and fuck it, I'm here is right next to each other.
I have succumbed to temptations before, but it was consensual, which means that I understand what I was doing. The fact of the matter is, for you, in the times that I've ever cheated before in relationships, outside of them cheating first, I never told, because of the reason why a lot of people don't tell, the fear of losing, the fear of having to have to deal with the ramifications or the consequences of my actions. For you to come tell me, I need to know why. Why did you tell me this? Why did you feel the need? If you felt like I was never going to find out, because I'm that type of bitch, then make sure I never fucking find out. Don't come home and rock the boat. Your guilt has nothing to do with me. You felt guilty. You got to eat that. Don't bring that shit to me. And now you done fucked up my world. Don't tell me. Make sure I never find out. And if I am about to find out, you better tell me first. Because if I find out from the streets before I find out from you, I'm wilding everything up in this house.
Would you rather a man cheat on you, even if he loves you? Would you rather he cheat, or would you rather he break up with you before he cheat?
It depends on what kind of relationship we have.
Y'all in a great relationship.
Are we in a monogamous relationship?
Yes. Would you rather him cheat?
Break up with me.
Or break
for
up
the
with
weekend. Pick a fight with me. Break up with me.
And then go fuck somebody.
Then go fuck somebody. Yeah.
That's nonsense.
It's not nonsense because my head can rationalize that a little bit better than us being in a great relationship and you just went
fucked up your world. He fucked up your world. He broke up your perfect relationship just to go fuck some pussy.
But don't tell me that.
But you're talking about rationalizing it.
No, but I'm saying like the rationalization of like if somebody was to come to me and be like, I fucked your nigga when you fuck my nigga.
The weekend that he broke up with you just to come fuck me.
But no, but it's not, but you understand the reason why, right? So in your head, you're like, I'm breaking up with you to go fuck somebody else. That person might not know that. So it's y'all was broken up and I had sex with your man. Okay, I can rationalize that a little bit better than us being in a great relationship and I'm trusting and loving and everything and you go on a weekend vacation or a work trip for a weekend and you out there fucking and shit like that and then you coming back and tell like my brain can't rationalize that because all I'm going to be asking is like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? What is the reason? Why? But if you say, yo, I was mad. That was the weekend that we broke up, so I went and fucked on something. My brain can process that better than us having no problems and you going to do that.
I can understand that, dog. Yeah.
You can understand it.
Because it's a technicality.
It's a technicality.
We're talking about manipulation. I don't appreciate you fucking with my feelings in the first place. I'm happy in this relationship. You can act like you went to sleep versus you turning my whole life upside down for somebody else, for the moment, that the temporary pleasure of somebody else. That is fucked up to me.
So you can't.
You fucked my whole life up just so you go fuck this person. They meant that much to you.
You can't say hey, I broke up with you so I could fuck this person.
Yes.
If you admit to all of that, yeah, that's
you're sick.
Yeah, that's
you're a sick
wild.
bitch. That's
like
over.
really. But if it happens like that, and you can kind of speculate that maybe that might have been why, but you can't say for sure because that person, you can't say for pinpoint why arguments happen. If you're good about it, you could just create a riff, do your thing, make back up. Hey, I miss you, and it just be that.
Listener letters. This is somebody that I believe wrote into the show. It says, "Thanks, I'll submit it here," and the next words are, "I know y'all like these short and sweet, so I'll do that. My man who's not my man got me pregnant. We both don't want kids right now, and whenever it happened was an honest fluke by us.
Abort.
I'm getting an abortion soon, and I'm divided on telling him I even got pregnant. I have one of my friends saying I'd be wrong for not saying anything,
Yes.
and another who's telling me we're not together, so it's none of his business.
Wrong.
What would y'all do in my position? Am I wrong for not saying anything? Because at the end of the day, we're not ready, and it might ruin the situation. Thanks again, and I can't wait to listen to the new episode next week."
That's a hard lie to keep. Tell him, and let him know what you decided. Because at the end of the day, it's a decision that you have to make. Don't keep that from him. That's fucked up.
I agree with you, Dodge. There might be an exception if you know he's like some wild conservative type that doesn't believe in abortions is going to try
Not if you're having a
to choke you
situation
off the
that
lift.
you ain't that conservative.
I'm just saying, like that's the only thing where I could think that maybe it won't make sense for you to tell him because you know he's going to try to talk you out of it and like be aggressive about it. It's already probably a tough decision for you to do that to your body, and you got this nigga hounding you. You know what I mean? So I could understand if you predicted that would be his reaction. But otherwise, keep it a buck with him. Like he deserves to know.
Let that nigga come with you, because somebody gotta come with you anyway. They gotta
That
take
too.
you home.
I have been in a situation with a woman that got pregnant that I did not want to have my baby. And she did not tell me for years later. And I felt bad because she went through that without telling the nigga that she spent that intimate time with. I didn't want her to have the baby at all. I was very happy that she did not decide to have the baby. I was very sad that she felt that she couldn't tell me. I think if we are in a situation where we both know what it is, you should be able to tell him like, yo, spiritual connections are more valuable than physical to me. The fact that y'all have one, I would hope that the person that you're lying with, I would hope y'all have some type of dope ass connection where it's like, yo, this is what's going on. This is how I feel. And he doesn't feel the need to but niggas will make you feel like you got to keep that baby just because they want to own your shit and not realize, it depends on how young nigga is, not realize how much responsibility comes with that. He's just like, yeah, keep the baby, be my baby mama.
That shit is a fucking trap.
With all that you might be going through in that moment, God forbid you got a dude that's trying to convince or manipulate you to keep it. That in that situation, I can understand. Other than that, you gotta let him know.
See, that's the thing though. That's something that we didn't speak about. I know we all want to leave. I want to leave too, but
no, I'm not.
What if the nigga is the type of nigga to try to make her keep it just to show that he got that type of control?
Then I would say don't tell him. Tell him afterwards.
No, fuck that. Because I still say tell him, and then if you feel like he pressures you to do something that you don't really want to do, or you feel like it's not right, then do the shit anyway. Do the shit and ask for forgiveness later, or it's a dub later.
I would do it and tell him after.
Yeah, like don't have no niggas kids that's not somebody that's like in it to win it and is like gonna really be there for you in totality. That shit is mad difficult. That shit is hella tough. I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody, and no kid deserves that shit. So don't do it.
This has been one of the longest episodes we've had. Well, we've had some really long episodes lately.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's been really good. 4:26 is crazy.
4:26 is crazy. It's 11 o'clock at night. I've been up since 6.
I have to be up at 4:30 in the morning.
Shit is ghetto. Everybody got. Aren't you going out?
I was
tonight?
up at 2 a.m.
No, my event was over at 11.
Oh,
Luna's there. Like, you still coming? And Courtney's gonna be like, so, because I paid to be there. I RSVP'd.
Well,
Just kidding. I'm joking. It was an RSVP, but she had to pay for the event, so I sent her the money. It's been one of those episodes. Shout out to Bring It Brat. Shout out to y'all. I really don't got much else to say. Do y'all have anything else to say? Come to the Halloween party. That is heartofsoftpodcast@gmail.com. If you email us, you can come to the Halloween party. Hopefully Dodge will be there. I understand that she won't. Trom is DJing. So that'd be dope. He's going to be on stage. We're going to have all types of erotic things going on all over the goddamn room. It's going to be crazy. You can dress up in kink stuff like lingerie. You can dress up in costumes, or you can come as a masquerade. You know, with a little mask on your face and shit. Yeah, I was wondering why I was dressed like that on Hard to Soft last week. I was dressed as like an Arabian ghost prince. So shameless.
Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Viserys mask.
Yeah, I had the Viserys mask on. Before my time. I didn't know Viserys was gonna have that mask on.
The Viserys mask is wild.
It's kind of funny. I didn't even know that. I didn't realize that. But you're right. It's the Viserys mask.
Yeah.
That nigga be Christmas. Yeah, hey, I'm shameless, so shameless. With my dogs on the block, it was dangerous. Take your girl out to eat and she's paying. I'm shameless, so shameless. I'ma go hit Tahoe up. Come bring the Tahoe truck, body bags on body bags. Come pick this garbage up. DJ mixing in the booth, he leave him traumatized up. I ain't got no time to waste. Let's get these commas on. I'm sitting in class, I can't even focus. Looking at teach, hoping that she don't notice. Titty sit right, got ass be poking. Sitting in the front, cause I gotta be the closest. I'm just waiting for the bell, let everybody leave. I passed with an A, but left her with a D. I'm shameless, so shameless.